Hello, good morning, and thank you so much for choosing us. This is Channel One Television, and the show is Breakfast Daily. Quite an interactive show, and so we'd like to hear from you. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions. We'll be bringing you some relevant topics, and of course, bring you some very different perspectives regarding the same topic or issues that you've seen and heard in the news. But we want to do this with you as well. We're asking that you send us your thoughts, your comments, your contributions via the WhatsApp number. We're also very active on socials, and so let's hear from you from there as well. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on X, we're on Twitter. X is Twitter. Sometimes I guess I get confused, but X is Twitter, yes. But we're on Instagram, that's IG. We're on TikTok, that's where you get relevant video content from Channel One Television. And then, of course, you can watch the live stream on YouTube, all right? Let's remind you that we're still in the month of October. It's Pink October, and so we're still creating awareness on breast cancer. We're asking that you get tested, get checked. You should be aware, and you should be able to take action, because early detection leads to prevention. So let's all get checked, let's all get tested, and of course, let's stay safe out there. Breast cancer is a killer, but we can stop it. All right, so let's all get checked, let's all get tested, let's be aware, let's take action, and together we can fight breast cancer. October is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but don't limit the advocacy to October only. After October, keep the conversations going, keep the advocacy going, and let's all help fight this cancer. We can do this once we are aware of our situation, of our status, once we take action, and of course, once we join forces to fight breast cancer. All right. October is also a Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and so we're rolling out an educational series, if you like, called A Safer You, where we bring you nuggets, we bring you tips, we bring you information on how to navigate the cyberspace safely. All right. Cybersecurity is important. The cyber threats are imminent. They have come to stay. And so we need to also find innovative ways to fight this particular menace. And October is a Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So join us and stay with us here on Breakfast Daily every morning as we bring you the Safer You series, which brings you information, if like analysis, data, nuggets, tidbits on how to stay safe while navigating the cyberspace. All right. So that said, we want to say thank you to all our sponsors, all our patrons, all participants. In fact, everyone that contributed to the Northern Business Fair. It was simply amazing, and we're eternally grateful to all of you. So EcoBank, Side Hustle, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Cackstone Records. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for sponsoring the Northern Business Fair. It happened over the weekend, and you should see people defying the weather. I mean, the scorching sun just to show up for the Northern Business Fair. And you see the variety of products, the goods, and of course, the ingenuity, the innovation, the services that were on display. What an exhibition it was. And we're grateful to everyone, all right, that came out there. Our exhibitors, over 100 of them. Wow. Charlie, the North has got gold, and you have no idea. And so it's important that we roll out such events, such exhibitions, such fairs to expose the potential of the northern part of Ghana to the rest of the world. It's amazing the products that were on display, the type of technology and innovation that was on display, and it's simply wow. Thank you for being part of the Northern Business Fair 2025, and thank you for making it such a huge success. We're eternally grateful to you. EcoBank, Side Hustle, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA, and the Ghana Enterprises Agency, GEA. And of course, thank you to Cackstone Records for supporting the Northern Business Fair. We're grateful to you. So now that that's done, we're coming back to Accra. We're taking you to the Afua Sutherland Children's Park from the 28th to the 30th of November for the Agri Fair 2.0. It's the Agri Fair November edition. 28th to 30th of November, last weekend of November. Agri Fair, we're bringing it back. So all farmers with fresh farm produce, fish farmers, poultry farmers, livestock rearers, crop farmers, just name it, all right? And all players along the agri value chain, those who have agri inputs for sale, those who have agri technology, agri machinery, agri equipment, all of you come together at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park. So to do so, you need to call us and register. 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. Call us, register, and be part of the Agri Fair November edition. It's happening at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park. From, I think we're doing 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. this time around, or are we doing 9? 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day, all right? 3 days, 28th, 29th, 30th, all right? 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each single day. It's a 3-day event. And of course, if you were at the first one, all right, then you know what to expect at the second one. It's only getting bigger, better, and this one promises to be explosive. Fresh farm produce, straight from the farm, and of course, no middleman business, okay? So you are guaranteed and you are assured affordable prices, okay? So come to the Afua Sutherland Children's Park from the 28th to the 30th of November, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It is absolutely free for all patrons. Absolutely free for all patrons. So come and let's go do our Christmas shopping. Let's buy all the farm produce that we need for this bronya. You understand? All your bronya akoko will be there. Your bronya pig will be there. Your bronya tilapia will be there. You understand? And of course, those fresh tomatoes, those fresh veggies, and of all your farm produce that you're looking to make this Yuletide a wonderful celebration. Come and let's celebrate agribusiness in Ghana. And of course, let's have access to affordable, fresh farm produce. But this is not coming without some entertainment, because you know how we do it here at Channel One Television and 97.3 City FM. There's definitely going to be some exciting, electrifying performances as well. So call us now, 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. Register and be part of the Agri Fair November edition. All right, we'll see you on the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th of November. All right, I want to see you there, so please, don't snooze, because if you snooze, you lose. All right? Let's now go to the Google Play Store, where we can download the Channel One News app. Get onto the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News app, have access to the news. It is relevant, it is accurate, it is factual, okay? And of course, it's updated by the minute. So get the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. Easy to install, easy to navigate, quite user-friendly. So download same and let's enjoy, okay? Thank you very much. Now let me bring you the newspapers for today. I'm starting off with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page says, government eyes 500,000 agri jobs. Oil palm push takes center stage in 2026 budget. Come to Agri Fair, you understand why. Because the potential in the agri sector, absolutely enormous. So if you come to the Agri Fair, it will give you an idea of the available jobs within the agri value chain. So the story, the big one on the Daily Graphic front page says, government eyes 500,000 agri jobs, oil palm push takes center stage in 2026 budget. Return, contribute to Africa's development. KGL Group Chair to Diaspora after Forbes Award. Return, contribute to Africa's development. KGL Group Chair to Diaspora after Forbes Award. Unauthorized fees saga. GES invites Pastek headmaster for questioning. Unauthorized fees saga. GES invites Pastek headmaster for questioning. Nordic government partner to tackle period poverty. 6 million free pads reach school children. Nordic and government partner to tackle period poverty. 6 million free pads reach school children. And then UPSA Professor Puni proposes shift in SOE leadership appointments. UPSA Professor Puni proposes shift in SOE leadership appointments. Now, I'll take you to the back page real quick, and there's a story here that says Akakpo needs support to realize dream. Akakpo needs support to realize dream. That's according to a proprietor. It's just a story of a young girl who has to brave the odds to access education. And it's quite a difficult one. So grab a copy of the Daily Graphic and you get the details. Now, another man shot dead in Garu. Another man shot dead in Garu. Recall that recently, just some few days ago, there was a shooting incident again in Garu in front of the NHIA office where some 4 persons were killed. We're being told that another man has been shot dead. We need to look into it and find solutions to this menace. The growing insecurity, especially in that part of the country, is worrying. And so the authorities need to step in, intervene, and nip this in the bud. All right, let me take you to the Ghanaian Times now. Ghanaian Times, front page. We won't tolerate indiscipline. That's according to the Education Minister, Haruna Iddrisu. We won't tolerate indiscipline. Education Minister Haruna Iddrisu speaking there. President Mahama, Akufo-Addo, others lead tributes to Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. President Mahama, Akufo-Addo, and others lead tributes to Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. Medical experts warn expectant mothers against misuse of steroids. Medical experts warn expectant mothers against misuse of steroids. KGL Group Chairman receives Forbes Best of Africa Corporate Leadership and Innovation Award. KGL Group Chairman receives Forbes Best of Africa Corporate Leadership and Innovation Award. And then court warns Professor Ameyaw Ekumfi over delay in GIIF trial. Court warns Professor Ameyaw Ekumfi over delay in GIIF trial. So that's the $2 million SkyTrain trial. We know that lawyer for Professor Ameyaw Ekumfi, if you like, pulled out of the case. And now the court is warning him over delays. Okay. Let me bring you the Daily Guide. Daily Guide this morning says, Cabinet warns ministers over unapproved policy announcements. Cabinet warns ministers over unapproved policy announcements. Cabinet is telling the ministers to cool down. Oh, you are yappy too much. You are rushing the thing. The thing hasn't been approved. We've not discussed it at Cabinet. You've not gotten Cabinet approval. Why are you in the media doing yappy? Why? When the people come and they tell you that you people like publicity stunts, you don't understand. take the policy to cabinet, get approval, then you can come out and tell us. When you are telling us, you're not just announcing to us, but you are giving us the form and structure, the modalities inherent in that policy, how it is going to be implemented, if there is a period within which it will be implemented, who the targets are. Then we have the details, then we can properly break it down, understand, and then we support you to drive it. You there, you just yappy, you rush and come and announce the thing. Now you see Secretary to Cabinet is warning you. More predator. Oh. All right, let's move to some other stories on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Bring your lawyer or I proceed. Okay, bring your lawyer or I proceed. Judge to Amiawe Kumfi. Yeah, so that's what I mentioned earlier. That's a $2 million SkyTrain trial. Judge says, bring your lawyer or I proceed. So that's the judge speaking to Professor Christopher Amiawe Kumfi there. 4 arrested over Asamankese shooting. 4 arrested over Asamankese shooting. Bawumia leads NPP delegation to mourn Nana Konadu. Bawumia leads NPP delegation to mourn Nana Konadu. So yesterday, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia was there. The Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, also led a high-powered government delegation to commiserate with the family of the late former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings. We had the Garman Chair also there, some other traditional leaders as well as members of the clergy. It's interesting how death rather unites us as a people, but hey, what can we do? Other stories. Education Ministry backtracks on mother tongue policy. Education Ministry backtracks on mother tongue policy. I'm not sure about the backtracking. What we know is a clarification that was made to the policy. Well, we're being told that the policy is to be enforced from kindergarten to primary 3. That's where it cuts off, from kindergarten to primary 3. That's the clarification from the Education Ministry. And same was announced by the Deputy Minister, Dr. Clementa Park. Okay, let's go to the Chronicle newspaper. Chronicle is leading with some NPP politics. And this is from the camp of Kwabena Japan. He says, I am still in the race, vote Asieho. I am still in the race, vote Asieho. That's engineer Kwabena J. Japan, and NPP presidential aspirant. And then you have Bawumia is the best candidate to win power for NPP. When you get a copy of the paper, you know who is speaking. How Denchira installed its 26th king. And it comes with a picture of Odefo Boaponsem, the 4th, sitting in state. Fojo mounts pressure on JM to appoint new defense minister. Fojo mounts pressure on JM to appoint new defense minister. Our scripture for today is from Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. May the Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. Now go to the back page of the Chronicle and you have your sports stories. Vinicius Jr. considering leaving Real Madrid in blazing row with boss Xabi Alonso. Well, interesting times ahead. Juventus sacked manager Tudor after 7 months. Igor Tudor has been sacked by Juve. Rooney says struggling Liverpool lack leadership. And De Bruyne injures thigh while scoring penalty. So that's some sports stories on the back page of the Chronicle newspaper. Let me bring you some more front page headlines. Daybreak newspaper is here. Lightwave saga. Alarm blow over $100 million health data deal. 400 more facilities yet to be captured on system. This country called Ghana. Okay. Lightwave saga. Alarm blows over $100 million health data deal. 400 more facilities yet to be captured on system. MIIF, Minerals Income Investment Fund, partners internal audit agency for audit skills. 3 killed, MP's house burnt in deadly Binduri gun attack. 3 killed, MP's house burnt in deadly Binduri gun attack. Finance Minister to present 2026 budget November 13. So that's the Daybreak newspaper. The New Republic says $2 million SkyTrain saga. Produce lawyer, judge gives Amiawe Kumfi 2 days. $2 million SkyTrain saga. Produce lawyer, judge gives Amiawe Kumfi 2 days. Mother tongue policy starts from KG to Basic 3. Education Ministry clarifies. Mother tongue policy starts from KG to Basic 3. Education Ministry clarifies. Put your phones away. Board chair warns nurses, demands focus and discipline. And then you have $2 million overpaid, 39 million Ghana cedis unpaid. Government slaps the Japan with final demand over equipment deal scandal. And the DACF looted and wasted. That's the District Assembly's Common Fund. Looted and wasted 94 assemblies caught in web of ghost projects, missing tracks and stolen cash. That's according to the New Republic. Economy Times, government juggles demands of local stakeholders, IMF towards 2026 budget. Government juggles demands of local stakeholders and IMF towards 2026 budget. Ghana's improving macroeconomic stability convinces Fitch to revise growth forecast to 4.9%. And you have CD set for historic rebound as it appreciates 36% year to date. CD set for historic rebound as it appreciates 36% year to date. All right. Let me take you online, channel1newsonline.com. Northern rice farmers on the brink. Smuggling and neglect threaten Ghana's food security. Samuel Atta-Mensah writes. Northern rice farmers on the brink. Smuggling and neglect threaten Ghana's food security. Go read this article and you understand the challenges of our farmers across the country. That you're producing several hectares of rice. You're harvesting same and there's no available market. So currently there's a rice glut in the country. The peasant farmers are crying out, but we have a national buffer stock company that is supposed to procure food for senior high schools across the country. We are not, whether we are not engaging or whether we are not concluding on the engagement. However, people we have heard are smuggling rice through several borders and selling same. Meanwhile, our farmers here are producing rice and we are not buying. When we did the Eats Made in Ghana rice campaign, you people were there bashing us. You see your lives. Let's do some other stories. Afenyo Markin, Attorney General's place is in court, not the media. Attorney General's place is in court, not the media. Centralized contracts in Accra, robbing local economies of millions. That's according to Dr. Nimoy Thompson of the National Development Planning Commission. He was on the point of view with Bernard Avle. MDAs need NDPC clearance before accessing government funds. Again, Dr. Nimoy Thompson speaking there. National PTA backs government's push for discipline in schools. Tolon MP invokes RTI law, demands full disclosure on helicopter crash probe. Tolon MP invokes RTI law, demands full disclosure on helicopter crash probe. Ghana and the Bahamas agree on teacher-nurse recruitment partnership. Channel 1 TV's Agri-Fair returns in November. All right, let me take you to citynewsroom.com. Once you go to citynewsroom.com, you get some more stories on there as well. Technology will fail you when you need it most. BOG rolls out tougher anti-money laundering and terrorism financing measures. BOG confirms weakened dollar boosted stability of cedi. Nana Akufo-Addo was set to rejoin NDC before her passing. That's according to General Secretary of the NDC, Fifi Fiavikwete. Parliamentary committee summons contractor over Dansoman Sea Defence project. And NDBC aiding presidency in finalizing coordinated development plan. That's according to Dr. Nimoy Thompson. All right, so go online, you get details of these stories and several others. Let's say a happy birthday to Portfolio. Today is World MC Portfolio Day. My brother, happy birthday to you. We wish you endless blessings. The sky is actually your starting point, and kudos to you for all that you do for the entertainment industry in Ghana. May the good Lord continue to favor you. May He bless you, and may the lines fall for you in pleasant places. Happy birthday to you, MC Portfolio. Well, this is Breakfast Daily. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll bring you the news review segment.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you're poor, what's that? So would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This November, something amazing is coming to Accra. Are you a farmer with fresh produce? Are you into fish farming, poultry or livestock? Then get ready for the November edition of the AgriFair 2025. Yes, AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November. It's happening at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park, and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's the ultimate weekend marketplace. From fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock and fish to agro-inputs and processing machinery. All at unbeatable farm gate prices. Whether you're selling or buying, this is your chance to connect, trade and grow. Enjoy the freshest farm produce, sizzling kebabs, and a vibrant marketplace atmosphere all in one space. Register now and secure your spot. Call 0558-973-973 for more information. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you're in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama would be a mean president if he prioritized only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel One Television. It's now time for the news review segment, all right? We'll pick very important topics. We'll bring you relevant guests. We ask them the relevant questions, and we'll bring you various perspectives to the topics that we will be discussing. This morning, I have in studio Larry Dogbe. He's the editor of the Herald newspaper. And then Dr. Dixon Adumaku Kisi, former Member of Parliament for Anya Sotu. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you. Tuesday morning, I hope your weekend was good.
It went well.
It went well?
Yeah.
Were you in town? Or?
Yes, I was.
Oh,
I didn't go anywhere.
Okay. Doc, how about you? How was the weekend?
My weekend was a bit challenging. I ended up in Ashanti region for funeral and a little bit of politics.
Very well, very well, very well. All right, let's get straight into it. The Minister for Education...
You should be asking him how the brand campaign is doing.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get there.
I'm sure he would hijack the program.
You see, the man is itching to release us now. So you are pushing him like...
he's my friend.
Well, it's good with two. I get more time to talk.
Very
so
well.
I'll do a little bit of Brian.
We're actually expecting a third. Hopefully,
he shouldn't come.
Subaru.
No, Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan.
So that I can use this time for that. Okay. So let the.
But let's get into our business for today. Haruna Idrisu, Minister of Education, over the weekend, speaking at the Mauli School anniversary, mentioned that, directed that the GES enforces a policy directive for the mother tongue to be used as a medium of instruction in schools. A lot of public debate followed same. Yesterday, we got a clarification from the Deputy Minister, Dr. Clement Apak, who told us that the directive is to be enforced only from the kindergarten level to primary 3. A lot of questions have been raised even after that clarification. A teacher posted from Accra to Binduri to go teach. What mother tongue is that teacher going to use? Or is this teacher going to be taken through another training before being posted? And what are the costs, benefits, inherent? Larry, I'll start with you.
Thank you, and good morning to my co-panelist. And then
now he's a co-panelist. He's no longer your friend.
Good morning to Dixon.
Very well.
And our viewers. And you as well. See, the issue about mother tongue and whether or not it should be a mode of instruction. I mean, this thing has been here for God knows how long.
Yeah.
And it's something we keep haggling over every now and then. Anytime you have a new Minister of Education, he dangles it in front of us. Over time, we forget. And then, another minister takes over, and then it's the same
cycle.
Yeah. Now, there's been this argument that why should we even bother ourselves to be talking about using, for want of a better, should I use vernacular? Yeah. You know, why should, mode of instruction be in vernacular? When in actual fact, most of the textbooks that, we use are not in vernacular.
Right.
Some of them are even foreign, textbooks.
Yeah.
Okay. So to use, what do you call it? To having to use vernacular, it means that somebody has to sit down and translate biology books into local languages. Somebody will have to sit down and translate add mass into local languages. Somebody will have to sit down and do same to physics and then, chemistry and,
Even Cinderella.
Yeah. I wonder how we call Rampazzel in Ghana.
If you notice, I don't know whether you follow how come we got the local Bibles. It took, so many years. Okay? Societies, Bible societies had to even be created.
Many conferences.
Exactly. Okay, before this became possible.
Even after that, there's aftermath.
Okay.
Of some of the translation.
Okay.
Some of the words.
Yeah.
If it is appropriate or not appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a hassle.
So it's a tall order.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
It's a tall order to do a thing like that. So our societies have started from somewhere. We might as well continue that way. You get it? But if we have to reinvent the wheel, we need to be a bit strategic about it. Now, I'm saying this mindful of the fact that me, okay, I'm able to speak Ebe because my father or my parents made a conscious effort to be taking me back to the village anytime I was on vacation.
Okay.
So I was able to interact with my grandparents. I was able to interact with my cousins and then, many others. Some of them also even lived with us. So it was easier for the language barrier to be broken. Now, with my kids, no. No.
There's a struggle.
There's a struggle, bro. There's a struggle. So they are Evers only in name. Okay, when the name is mentioned, that so and so Dogbe, that and that Dogbe, then it clicks that okay.
But when they begin to
speak,
speak,
SSN, they don't know it.
or if you don't know, just say
that happens a lot. The man is able. I mean, he moves or they move better when you instruct them in English.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, instead of calling him, hey, and saying that, bring me this, so and so in Ebe, he's not moving.
Even you cry, you won't ever cry, it's finishing.
You get the thing? So, I mean, a few times I've been to the village and then I'm speaking. And my cousins, they looked at me and said, which of the you speaking, my guy?
The Accra one.
Anglo Accra one.
That is the Accra one. Yeah.
So, I mean, I can imagine that in few years to come. So here they are. How about their children?
How are they going to teach
How
them?
are they going to? They don't understand the language in the first place.
Yeah.
The kids are making. Sometimes they want to consciously,
forget their language.
Consciously forget, but other times they want to even learn.
Yeah.
But the pronunciation or their tongue, movement is such that there is difficulty, and then it becomes a border.
Yeah.
And so then listen, bring me that thing. I don't know how we're going to do it.
So is it a question of teaching Ghanaian languages in schools or using Ghanaian languages to teach?
I think it should rather be teaching Ghanaian languages in school. Okay, as opposed to using Ghanaian languages to teach. Do you understand? That you want, once he is able to read and write some of those things, it will even be easier for us to instruct them back in the house. You understand what I'm saying? I'm also saying this, mindful of the fact that there's been certain instances in Accra, the guys a while ago complained that their kids are having to be taught Ekwapim tree
in school
in Accra, and that, I mean, that is not. And that others are even being asked to learn Ashanti tree. And it's not good for them.
Is it
something that you can't do in Kumasi?
Is it the assumption that the children already speak Ga from home, and so they know the Ga, and so they are being taught other?
Years ago, that was what was the case.
I think we had an option to choose.
Oh no, I mean the school I went to was a predominantly Ga community, and so Ga, you didn't have a choice than to do Ga. So whether you're an Ashanti, Ekwapim, wherever, Fra, Wala, Dagati, everybody was, it was Ga for everybody.
Right.
And BEC, that is what we sat for.
Right.
Okay, and whatever you got, you thank God. And took it away. You get it. But, I mean, since then, you are having to Ekwapim tree, so and so that, that and that. And I mean, in Accra in particular, the Gans are complaining. I recall a few years ago, not too long, 2 years or 3 years ago, there was an incident in Aflao, where the residents were complaining that they had posted nurses to that, part of the country, and anytime the Evers walk into those health facilities, the people were speaking Tree to them.
Because clearly they didn't understand the language of the local people.
The language of the local people. The local people also couldn't understand exactly. Therefore, we are heading towards a certain situation where our languages are our beauty, our value system, all those things are going to go down the drain. I think that something has to be done, okay? And it is not about using it to teach, but teach them the language first of all, so that eventually it becomes even easier. Where sometimes you are having difficulty in the classroom, you can switch a bit to the local language that the person is able to connect with, rather than using it now, because then you have to develop syllables, as I mentioned, biology, physics, chemistry, art, math, and all that. You get it. We should think through, and it shouldn't be something flippant, something that is thrown to the people that, hey, you know something, henceforth, do it this way. Or don't do it like that. I think that policy, from whatever we are getting, I don't think it was properly thought through. And much as Haruna meant well, I think that something, has to be done, and this approach is not the best.
Very well. Doc, let me come to you on this matter. I have an issue whenever policies are announced and left at that, an announcement. There's no communication on the modality for implementation. We don't even know if there's a cut-off period for this. But fortunately, for this, some clarification has followed. But even that, the enforcement, how are we doing? Just as we've underscored earlier, and Larry has mentioned with the issue of the nurses posted to Aflao. Are we posting teachers who understand the native language of the areas they are going to teach, or are they now going to learn that to be able to teach in those languages?
Well, first of all, I think that sometimes people get carried away and do populist things. And I think that ministers of state should be guarded. They should be the last to put things out when it's not being properly thought through and without a roadmap.
Right.
I think we need to stop that. I think that I want to see the minister and his investment in the Institute of Languages in this country. I think that should be one of our first key thing, to invest in languages at University of Legon or UCC or any of the other institutions that handle languages. I also think that if we want to improve Ga or Chi, maybe we can adopt the Makaranta way, where after school, on weekends, or weekdays after school, there's a session strictly for languages, and it'll be voluntary for parents who wish to engage their children in that curriculum of local language. I also think that the country as a whole, just as you'd go to Germany and see both German and English for, restrooms and all of that, maybe we can begin to conscientize ourselves and have those things, So when you're in Accra, certainly Gamashipon, so you do Gamanoni. So our restaurants will have restaurant and then Ga name for restaurant. That would also, make us proud of our local dialects.
You remember the Obake?
Yes. So I think that is one way to go. Of course, in Zurich, sometimes you have 3 languages because they do French, German, and all that. So and it just so happens that languages are no joke, because even Donald Trump has apparently had police stop people to check if they speak English. Oh yes. If you're a truck driver in the US now, when you can flow very carefully in English, they might disqualify you from driving.
Wow.
So language shouldn't be taken lightly. Personally, I must admit, my appreciation of Ga language came about when I saw my Chinese neighbors speaking Chinese fluently with their children. And that's when it dawned on me that if we don't take pride in our own language, then the Oyibo will not take pride in our language. Most of the time in Europe, in Netherlands especially, though they speak English, they try and talk to you in their local language, though they speak English. So they also take pride. And the Germans do the same. Almost every German speaks English. But when you're there in Berlin, they'll shy away from comfortably speaking English with you. They would rather wish that you communicate to them in their local language.
Is it because they have one language across?
No, let me tell you today that even in Germany, there are different dialects of German.
Right. But it's still German.
Yes,
it's Dutch.
Yes, it's Dutch. But that, but the key thing is that if you don't take pride in your own language, the foreigners won't take pride in it.
True.
You understand? So if you look at Putin, and I always say that Putin speaks English, but when he mounts the stage, he'll speak in Russian.
Yeah.
And he dare not speak English.
Even the Chinese.
And the Chinese do the same. So we need to, one, improve our languages in terms of the alphabets. I mean, mind you, over the past 10 years, Twitter was not in Ghana. Are we going to create another name, Twitter? So the language is a very dynamic thing. And we need to, as it is, invest in it, have storybooks, the Kwekwanansi stories in our local dialect, and make it readily available for people. When we do some of these things, and one very fantastic way of marketing your language is music, which we're doing very well. Granted, now the Omonigers are trying to overtake us, but music is one powerful way of pushing language and identity. And besides that will be the Ghana Wood, you know, which can also, or more specifically, Kuma Wood, which can also really improve people's, you know.
What will be the Igbo best?
You don't have to help me on that one.
Waterwood. No, Igbo Wood.
You know, and to conclude, it might be a good time to replay some of the OD type, you know, videos. If you remember,
Osofudazi, I told you so's.
I told you so's.
Yeah.
And in fact, let me say that when I landed money, I'd want to recreate I Told You So.
Oh, okay.
When I landed money, I think that is one of our classic movies in this country.
How about Paul and
or
Sands,
African Love Brewed in African.
Yeah.
You know, those two. And so this goes to the creative arts people. I really think that we can remake it. You know, Hollywood does remake of old movies. And those two, growing up, my experience with those two, you know, you know, I really think that we need to recreate these. A lot of our young ones, today I'm saying young ones, a lot of the young, they don't have that exposure. And mind you, I mean, I Told You So still has, you know.
You remember, did you watch Canada?
Yes, yes. Our missing children, you know. And these are things that, or even by the fireside.
By the fireside.
You know, granted that was in English, but it was exciting because it was local content.
I thought we were going to talk about Cornedu.
And I really think that certainly we need to make a conscious effort, you know, to reconnect with the local and take pride in it. And there should be T-shirts branded in Chi and Ga and Ewe, nothing like Nogopo. You know, and all.
If we can say Antwa, we can say Nogopo. If we can say Ukugwa, we can say Nogopo.
Well,
you know? So I am certainly for it, but I really think that ministers of state should be cautious. You don't just throw out things. Your word means a lot. So if it has not been cooked and ready for implementation, it's best you stay mute, or you inform the general public that you are really passionate about local language, but it needs funding. It needs to be well thought through so that we can all do our best to improve on local dialect and language. And like I said, when you go out, the Chinese are speaking it, the Spanish, and there's something about Ghanaians though, they always want to rather adopt foreign things quick. And I'm happy that, you know, our men are bad though, let me say this. If you grow up with an Ewe father, you are less likely to speak Ewe. But if you have an Ewe mother, you are more likely. You know, we're always away, we're here. Look at him and I. So we don't spend enough time with our children. So mothers are really the heartbeat of language in this country.
That's why it's called mother tongue.
And well, I think so. And I think that...
And that's the argument many make, that it actually should be the responsibility of parents to teach their children.
The parents don't know the language. And that is the problem.
That's the problem.
My mother and father, they can write because of their time. But me, I can't write Chi today. You know, I can't. And there's a deficit in my, I mean, to say Krana Akuye, I think when I returned, my Chi was so bad. You know,
slanging all through.
I mean,
way better than
you know. Oh, I mean,
you're better than Anado.
So I really think that it's gotten better, and I'm happy I've been able to improve on my Chi. People laugh at me, you know, when I returned, it was quite bad. It was quite bad. And it's still bad, but it's not like before. And I think that we need to be conscious. And it's always fun to watch people be able to talk with proverbs in local language. and Abebu, I mean, to be precise.
Sir John was good at that.
And that helps. It makes you talk less and with brevity.
Yeah.
And so
the Proverbs man is A.B.A. Fuseni, but he actually says it in English.
His is, the English version.
But Sir John was equally good. I mean, you could see the graphic.
Yeah. You could see him actually interpreting the thing in his head before saying it. There are those who say that although a good policy, because children tend to grasp earlier if you're teaching in a language they are conversant with. The limitation to that, however, is that these same children are expected to compete internationally. So are you going to teach English in Dagbani? Are you going to teach mathematics in Dagbani?
Can I
okay, go at it.
See, you can't compete internationally when you are not a local champion. You get it? And what are we talking about? I mean, before you even get to that international level, there should be some local competition here and there.
Basic foundation.
Exactly, to build you up before you move on. Okay. Now, what is happening? We seem to have, we are so busy as parents. Either the man is into politics or he's doing media work. You leave home very early and come back when the kids are sleeping. So you don't even have any serious interaction with them. You are unable to pick their books and see how their progress of work is. Mommy is equally working in another institution. Either in a private, she's a banker or she's doing something else. And so the only interaction the kid has is with the school.
The school.
The teacher.
School, probably the driver.
The driver, exactly.
Probably the person who cooks at home.
Yes, exactly.
And that's
now,
bad.
I mean, it's even gotten worse where we have, started using, these tablets and phones have become babysitters. You get it?
Yeah.
So the child wants to cry and then quickly, take this. And he or she is spending so much time.
You know what's funny? It's how our faces dropped at the same time. It's like we are all guilty of what he said.
One of my favorite songs is this Baby Shark. Once you give it noise, the crying is over.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, magical.
It probably works on you more than the child.
So our interaction with our children is minimal. Technology has also taken over their space. And they are spending so much time on technology. My 7-year-old boy, what he can do with,
unbelievable.
I'm like, what is this? And you can't have any, serious interaction with him. He's in a hurry to...
Exactly.
Now they don't even know Pilolo.
They don't know Pilolo, They don't know Tumatun, they don't know, Ambae. Even Blowman Kekila.
No, they don't have no idea.
They have no idea where we're going.
Or Chaskele.
Chaskele, exactly.
Even Ludu, they might lose it.
Alikoto is also out of the system.
Oh, yeah, because you don't even have that. They don't ask you, Daddy, what is that?
Yeah, they have no idea.
You get it. Again, outdoor activities are also minimal. We've converted, all the spaces we used to play football, all guys, shopping malls, real estate, nothing. So the kid is unable to go out there, interact with his, neighbors, get knocked here and there. Learn one or two things, for
or
his...
get hurt a little.
Yes, and then, you have to... He doesn't know anything.
They have no
And I
skills
even miss renting bicycle to go and...
you did that also?
Or working several communities to play small video games.
You pay for that, you go around. Charlie, bicycle.
Yeah. So, you see, the man has an experience that he's talking about. And something I can, relate with. True. How many of our kids are able to do that? At best, you buy him a bicycle.
We're providing everything for them at home.
At home. And even after we bought the bicycle, what is the space around the house for him to...
Right.
Because you're worried about car knocking him. Or head down.
Or somebody in the area who snatched the bicycle from him. Our life is completely changed. Our life is completely changed. And we are getting into trouble. I mean, our football, it's even affected our football. or other games that we used to do well in. Okay, if Ghana went, back in the days, if Ghana is playing under 17, we knew that, this cup is coming home to
At
Africa.
least second or first place.
Yes, it's coming.
Yeah.
But these days, no park for the kids to play. I mean, even you, when you are bored at home, you can't go anywhere to go and sit outside. DSTV,
The AstroTurf concept has become what it is.
You get it. And if the kid,
for funerals or
that's what I'm saying. It has become what it is now.
And if the kid doesn't have money,
and parties and engagements, Amelia, we don't even actually get to play on the pitch itself.
No, you can't play. But elsewhere, these are things that other countries. I'm happy he mentioned Germany. I watched some videos, I think last year, there about kids of 4 years, the kind of dribbling they were dribbling. You can see the progression, and the fact that these guys are always going to, be,
killers.
Killers, world champions. When our kids are playing with
the soccer institutions in Europe is brutal. I mean, it's a whole university. They don't joke with it. So when he becomes a striker, we can imagine the number of training and hours they've done.
I recall we landed in secondary school, and you could see, serious football.
Or 100 by 100 or 4 by 100.
Some had actually been enrolled on the ticket of sports.
Exactly. Sure. I mean, how are we bringing that up, and then dovetailing that into our, our educational curriculum? Okay? That sports ministry is sponsoring, one activity or the other, knowing full well that we can, out of that, we can get under 17, the Searchlights, the Meteors, the Meteor squad is here in Obium.
I haven't heard of them in a very long time.
Exactly.
I think there's a danger that we are allowing to grow, and if we don't look at it, it will come back to bite us.
Let's go and read let's go and read the manifestos. You'll be shocked that all these things are in there, but as soon as they win the power, they forget.
You've noticed that we have become overly nuclear.
Yes.
The families now,
it's gone.
There's no link between the families in Accra and the extended family even in the village.
I have cousins in Accra who I haven't met. Or even in Accra, we don't meet. It's only when somebody dies in the village that we all gather.
You go and meet them.
And this one say, I'll come and look for you. I mean, no.
And that's it. Let's tie in the issue of discipline and then the hairstyle matter briefly on that, and then we can move on from this topic. I mean, every year it comes back up when admission into senior high schools come. I think the most controversial and the most recent one was the Tyrone Magai one. The argument that your hairstyle has no bearing on your academic prowess. And then those on the other side argue that there's the need to ensure discipline and uniformity in the schools. I mean, I don't know where you stand on these two positions.
Let me say this. I recall when I was a baby, I think about 3 years thereabout, my mom taught me something, which was Proverb 10, where it says that a wise son makes his father glad, and then that, a foolish son brings his mother sorrow. And so it's something that, she constantly, recently I was interacting with her again. Do you remember that thing I taught you?
Yeah.
Now, what are we teaching our kids? Are they out there to grow up being taught well to become good adults? Or we're just throwing them out there and say that, okay, just teach the person a book or whatever it's there. And then once he's able to, mix, a certain chemical and then another chemical and get something, that is enough.
That is enough.
Or we are molding character. Now, the argument about the hair and all that, much as is, correct me if I'm wrong, much as it's not necessary.
Trivial.
It's trivial, exactly. It is still, it boils down to that thing where, you need concentration in all the things that you do. Imagine you've taken your child to school, and then she has PEMI, Okay, is that
the permed hair?
Yeah, the permed hair, the permed hair. And instead of being at preps, she's busy working on her hair. Instead of being in a classroom, she's busy, saying that I'm going to Baba. Instead of being in a classroom, he's taking care of his locks. Charlie, we should just have a certain system to say that, listen, the hair should be kept at a certain point. I mean,
If so, then let's make it a rule.
Yeah, it should be a rule. I mean,
because
I don't
as
have
it
no
stands
issue.
now, it's not.
I don't have any issue. There could be exceptional cases. That some people are born into a certain situation, like somebody born as a fetish priest. Okay, so in those instances, I mean, you don't touch their hair. I mean, there are exceptional cases you have to deal with. You get it? Can we recognize that? The Tyron's case or something. I think, what was it?
Tyron Magai.
Yeah, was it?
Rasta, religion.
It was religion,
This was
exactly.
religion.
So that, religious whatever. I mean, that can also be granted. But we should just come together and say that, hey, I mean, what are the rules? What are the rules? And then can we get the kids to just concentrate such that they turn out very well for us? Because the hair, you always grow hair. I'm sure.
Always?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, you at a certain age, you grow it. But after a while, it goes away.
Very well.
Yours is
Very
gone.
well.
Mine
Very
is
well.
gone.
You know the funny thing?
Tell me.
I actually don't know where I stand on this hair in school issue. You know why?
Yeah.
If you ask my mates from JSS, Tema Parents Association, they'll tell you, I wrote BC in braids.
Okay.
My mates from Amenia Ponsina High School will tell you, I wrote SSE in braids.
Yeah.
And here I sit, shining like...
like a star.
There's this song I've been thinking about when Bob Marley said, let's chase the crazy borders after. Because he had Rasta, he could throw that in.
Exactly.
But I mean, I think life goes, beyond the hair we have.
Yeah.
We lose it. Yesterday I was listening to a radio program on BBC about ladies talking about a certain hair condition that most of them were born with a lot of hair. But by age even 14, most of those...
Was the alopecia?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Their hair, they had lost their hair to a point where some of them had to be wearing wigs.
Yeah.
And it also happens when you're doing chemotherapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hair is not anything that it's, that doesn't go away. It goes away, at a certain point in time.
And
but
there's clear evidence around the table. So.
Yes, and clear evidence out there.
Indeed. Doc.
First of all, I think that we need to focus on a very good school curriculum. That is where I'm very passionate about. Make very good curriculum, strengthen the institution in terms of the environment in which the students study in.
Yeah.
And let's really conscientize ourselves in terms of discipline and uniformity.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. But I also think that there's something that stokes my mind. The idea that nappy hair is bad was very foreign to us. We as Africans, nappy is natural.
Yeah.
Cornrow is what we used to have.
Yeah.
So I personally sometimes am a bit taken aback when my own countrymen frown on what was us.
Yeah.
You understand? So I have a very personal discomfort with not liking nappy hair. I'm looking at it from a different paradigm. And I think that educationists should be very careful about re-administering to us what the Oyibos were doing to us.
Yeah.
I look at it from that perspective. I think that black people, black men and women, black children should be very comfortable with our hair.
God-giving.
Yes. And you know, when you drum it down to me that my nappy hair is not good for education, I look at it in a racist context. And I think that to empower black people, this is Malcolm X talking, that whole concept that going to classroom requires that I don't have my nappy hair, I don't like that. But I must admit, your intellectual capacity has nothing to do with your hair, being it bald or not bald.
Or otherwise.
But then, in terms of how you dress and carry yourself in school, I can admit that it is important that there should be a rudiment, you know, whereby you keep it clean.
Yeah.
Keep it clean. Others are doing natural hair. What are we going to say about that?
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with natural hair, you know, in classroom.
You recall how some colleagues of ours used to have lice?
Yeah, I mean that should be worked on. But I mean, my point is that, you know, and in concluding, let me also say that exposure is important.
Yeah.
I've been in institutions where, quote unquote, smokers are working very hard. But in this country, we have that perception that if the person smokes, then they are radical. They are
It depends on what you are smoking.
Well, no, still the same. My store manager in UK used to do his weed and worked, function okay. So my point is that sometimes we belabor things that don't matter in this country. And you know, the Jamaicans start it quite young. They are there. They have their doctors. They have their lawyers. You get my whole point. So, and you see, forgive me, we now think we smoking is okay because Oyibo has legalized it. Whilst we should have been able and bold enough to say that, listen, as for us in Africa, you know, it is God-given. You get. I don't support it, but I'm just saying that
We'll puff.
You know, we'll puff, pass. So my key thing is that one, education.
You know how Nanado, Gabi described Nanado with that situation. Said,
why must you go there?
He grew up in a wee funky days.
So my key thing here is that I'm of the opinion that we are far behind in very good curriculum. We need to. I saw a video on TikTok where the Chinese kids were assembling things, and then the legends
were preaching.
Were preaching, and that is even more worrying for me. You know, we need to reincorporate engineering mindset into our you know, children, more so than the Heli Baba and you know, prayer camping and all of that. So in summary, I think that the direction in this country in terms of education, looking at Korea's advancement and where we are as a nation is quite worrying. And I say this with the greatest of respect, that leaders in this country, we continue to fail the country in the sense that we do misdirections sometimes. And I think that all people in higher offices should make sure that when they talk, it is backed by research, well thought through programs, and accepted, ready for implementation. And let's not go off saying things that are populist, necessarily just for votes. And we love our nappy hair.
There was something that occurred to me about why can't we have a certain arrangement with the Chinese, the Japanese, or all these Asian countries who, you know, are also oriented more just like us, and bring some of their expertise into, introduce some of their expertise into our curriculum. You get it? I recall I mean, my parents used to say that, oh, they learnt Latin, okay, or some of them said they learnt a particular language, a certain history, so and so and so, and they talk about it, you know, and most of it only had to do with if they are to read certain things in the Catholic Church. Okay.
I mean, I to share with you, my travel in Greece, when I went and saw the Pantheon and the history behind it, and the fact that before Christ, these guys were doing mathematics at a certain level, and we were doing canoes and rafts. Then it opens your mind to what were we waiting for? And let me say this on record that the Greeks believed in mythology, but they did hard science. You know, Archimedes, and all of these things were hard science. What is missing in our area? We do hard religion, no hard science. And I think that we need to reverse it, do more hard science, whilst believing in mythology or religion.
I do recall how, I mean, you go to Bishop Herman, I attended Vieco.
Okay.
And we got told about, you know, how the school was built by a German. Okay. So there was a lot of German influence in the Volta region. Bando Ho, you know, into you know, all those.
I actually say Voltarians are German.
Yes. So then the Catholic Church came to Ghana through Volta. You get it? And so, and went to the north and all that. That's how come, you know, you have there's a huge concentration.
Anglican, Catholic.
Sure. We need to, and the German discipline, okay, are things that, I mean,
they help.
Helping. We need to be deliberate about it. We can't say that, okay, let's just be consumers. If one day our kids are able to also design some of these gadgets that we are using, I'm sure, you know, to cut down on our, you know, our cost. Having said that, I'm told that this hair thing, there's a lot of fibroid within the black race because of some of the chemicals that they...
It hasn't been really proven.
Well, but I'm sure you heard about it.
But naturally, black women have a tendency for fibroid more than white.
Okay. But it doesn't have anything to do with the chemicals they use on their hair.
Not necessarily.
Let me take a few quick messages. Good morning, Anna. I think we should just let this directive take off in schools and see what the issues arise and handle them head on.
It has to be piloted.
Piloting, basically. It appears we're giving reasons why this might not work, but I think that this is one of the reasons why policies don't give the needed results, because I'm sure other countries took the drastic measures to ensure that their languages are spoken throughout their countries and even on the international level. Let's help the minister to achieve his goals. Derek from Cape Coast sends that one in. Good morning. I am Okain from Bantama in the Senate West District. This education minister has been misfiring. The real issues of good education are teacher motivation and school infrastructure, and not hair and local language. The blunders are becoming too much. Does the minister know that teachers who can't speak Twi are posted to Twi-dominated areas and vice versa? Fellow delegates, let us all trust Honorable Kennedy Japan's competency, and we are good to go. Okay, we hear you. If we go by what Larry is saying, then every Christian student can also walk into their SHS and tell their headmaster, listen, I'm a Christian and my faith does not condone haircuts. If Rastafarians are being granted special privileges on the basis of religion, then Christians should equally be able to make the same case. The truth is, this whole argument about haircut and religion has no solid basis. There's simply no foundation for it whatsoever. Mr. Abel sent that one in.
Asking whether or not somebody from Menchia, you know, sanctioned by Otunfo as one of the successors to the Golden Stool or a shrine there would cut the hair. Would GS have the power to cut the hair? Sometimes
Basic school education. I suggest that schools and college instructors must be allowed to use vernacular alongside the English language during teaching and learning. This is a very effective strategy when teaching children who are English language earners. In Ghana, every child is an English language learner. I write this as a retired school assistant principal from the New York City Public School System, PS/MS 212, District 12. Sounds familiar? Like you and I cannot relate, but maybe Doc can.
Oh, me, I can relate.
Hey, oh boy.
Continue.
You don't left me. Good morning. With regards to the hairstyle of our students, it is sad that school authorities are always discriminating against our own, while foreigners among them are allowed to keep their hair regardless of the style. The authorities must be fair to all students and should not give special treatment to some selected few. This is Abdul Mumin Wunam from Tamale sending that one in. All right, keep your messages coming in. We'll do our best to read them on the show. Stay with us. This is Breakfast Daily. We'll take a break. When we come back, we continue with the conversations.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Making and selling. In Africa too hard? Not anymore.
Afro-quality. Buy African, build Africa.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winner, President and Chair of the Board of the Trade Finance Bank of Africa, Afrexim Bank, Professor Benedict O. Rama.
In navigating financial challenges in our region for sustainable development, when we look at challenges, we also know that challenge is one side of a coin. You have challenges, we also have opportunities. And that is why Afrexim Bank has grown the fastest in times of crisis.
I also thank organizers for considering me worthy of this prestigious award, which I will cherish all through my life.
The Africa Prosperity Champions Awards APCA and Presidential Gala Dinner unites visionaries from heads of state, business leaders, social change makers to innovators to celebrate African excellence in order to encourage a new generation of leaders. More than an awards ceremony, this event declares that Africa's narrative is one of triumph and prosperity. We celebrate a new story where African solutions guide us forward. Each honor exemplifies the vast potential of our continent. The fourth edition of the Africa Prosperity Champions Awards and Presidential Gala Dinner takes place on February 6, 2026 at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel in Accra, Ghana. To attend, you may contact +233 536 098325 or send an email to protocol@africaprosperity.network. You may also visit africaprosperitynetwork.com for your tickets now.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswati. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Kofi from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what, luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television, and we're having the news review segment. Let's move into other matters now. The Member of Parliament for Tolong and the First Deputy Minority Whip, Alhaji Habib Idrusu, has formally written to President John Dramani Mahama requesting the release of the investigative report on the tragic military helicopter crash that claimed the lives of 8 prominent Ghanaians in August this year. So the MP has invoked Article 21(1)(f) of the 1992 Constitution and Section 18 of the Right to Information Act of 2019, Act 989, which guarantees citizens' right to access information in the public interest. This unfortunate incident that claimed the lives of these 8 prominent Ghanaians is one that a scar that won't leave us. We will continue to brood over the pain that it caused us. But it's important that we know the report of that investigative committee, that we are able to understand what really happened that led to the death of these 8 Ghanaians. And for all the promises that were made and the timelines are given, it's a bit worrying that we've not seen or heard anything regarding this report. So I think this approach by the Honorable Habib is a step in the right direction. Would you agree, Doc?
I am very much happy about the inquiry. Inquiries are made not necessarily because of a witch hunt, but inquiries ultimately are made so that eventually recommendations and actions are taken to forestall or prevent a future recurrence.
Yeah.
And I've just shared with you a small write-up I did regards to the aviation industry in this country and the fact that we are so far behind. Though we seem to be coasting clear, there's so much in terms of safety that we are behind on. Retraining our people at the air control, modernizing some of the equipment, quadruple checking how we do our maintenance culture in this country. I mean, look at one very unfortunate thing. They had names on the flight, and in actuality, the names that were actually on the flight were totally different. It won't happen in any other jurisdiction. Well, I mean, Mutala was not supposed to be on that flight. I mean, that's one instance, you know, and when the crash happened, momentarily, they didn't even know who were the people on board. And these are very, it won't happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen. So the lapses in terms of those things and the fact that, you know, the controls, and that's the right word, the controls are there to be checks to ensure that the plane arrives in time.
Military aircraft.
Listen, when we say aviation, it cuts across. So the practices of safety and precaution in the military is not different from the commercial airline. And for that reason, I think that more training is required, more expertise, and you know, even the checks for weather in this country, the department that handles it, meteorological, GMET, they have very good equipment, but they still are behind. And to be able to determine if the weather is favorable for the pilot, to determine if the weather is favorable for that aircraft, all of these things are very important. And if these had happened, the flight may not have even taken off. Sometimes you stop a helicopter for days before you allow them to fly. So these are the things that I think that from an aviation standpoint, the inquiry may help us. But one, I'm happy that this reminds us of the need to address the issues that led to this happening and to not forget. And I support further inquiry. And in fact, there should be almost, if possible, a sitting of a committee on transport on this issue to see how best we can upgrade our safety aspect and the reliance on even just weather alone. I take that very serious. Many ordinary Ghanaians do not respect our weather forecasting in this country, and we know why. The satellite transmissions are not at par with Washington, D.C.'s, where they can tell you that at 6:30 km there'll be snow. You understand?
Yeah.
And at 6:30 you see the snow, so that you can dress for the weather you're about to face. Or the clouds are gathering. As for here, it rains, then you hear the alert. You understand? So I think, not to be joking, but I think that just even that department needs upgrade.
But I think that GMET in recent times has been doing pretty good.
They're doing very well. But there's more.
There's room for improvement.
And when I say more, even communicating it.
Exactly.
Sometimes, honestly, in many jurisdictions, by 5 a.m., 6:30, everybody is trying to see what the weather report is, before they step out to plan their day. Over here, how many of us, bother to check?
The society is weather-driven. Unlike here, where it's
we are when it rains, we are not
exactly. I think we're in
those
we're in the times that we should be very weather conscious. One, climate change, and two, of course, the impacts
on traffic.
Exactly, and even the impacts when it rains. There's flooding everywhere. You cannot even
famine.
Exactly.
Famine. So certainly, this inquiry is very important, and I would use this as an opportunity to rehash the need to modernize our aviation industry for both local and foreign, and more importantly, let's not separate military from commercial flights. I think that the same rudiments for safety and even reconnaissance, and let me add that we failed so badly in terms of rescue and recovery when the flight dropped. That gap, what were the preparations? And that alone can be an expose in terms of how the Army mounted another flight to go after those who had fallen. And that the tendency to arrive there within 30 minutes or so when there's an issue, that is a very huge chunk of inquiry into the what happened even when the flight went down, and to see people in sacks. That alone is a decade of discussion if we really want to go into it. How the Army, because should another flight crash, what happens? How do they get there to get survivors? How do they rescue? How do they contain the area? The containment, certainly we know, was very bad. Everybody can admit to that we did not have control of the area and to contain and to prevent people. It took 3 days for even one of the watches of one of the victims to be recovered. It was in somebody's house.
Clearly, evidence was destroyed.
So I think that.
Whose watch?
Well, I think that this inquiry by the MP is fantastic, and anything that will remind us. And I always say that the aviation industry should be on John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency's head every day, because he should be reminded about the fact that it could have been him on that flight, based on the intel we have. And if he has survived it, him and the Interior Minister who has survived this, because I understand that the Interior Minister was also supposed to be on this flight. And if their lives have been saved, then they need to be very particular. And as it is, what is the replacement for this, helicopter? What's the next step? The procurement decision-making has to factor in all of this inquiry and how we got here. And the fact that even the insurance of this airplane is questionable. And that begs the question, how can a military aircraft not have insurance? How do you allow it to fly? To carry even heads of state at some point in time. So Ghana, my happy home, land of
rich resources,
and
mighty talent,
mighty talent. Where we are lacking,
justice and freedom.
Yes. Where we are lacking is in the appropriate use of our resources.
Right.
And we need to up our game. We compromise too much in this country.
Yeah.
The Enyehwe syndrome is killing us.
The Famanyame.
Famanyame, is killing us.
Yeah.
So I think that some things we ought not compromise. So retraining, very important. And I want to see that bit of retraining now. And you see, when you retrain, you also retrain the passengers. Most of our flights, when you sit on, the cabin crew is talking to you, that is when people are chewing granite and things. And that culture needs to change.
Yeah.
And we need to listen to the air hostess when they are talking about safety. We need to change as a country. And I'm hoping to also see the response, and it should be made public to a large extent. Some of the findings, I think, need to be made public so that we conscientize the public in terms of, people get upset when they get to the airport and they say flight is cancelled. But sometimes it's for very good reason, or flight is delayed. You understand? And these there are reasons behind these things. And I think that moving forward, certainly this is a call for the modernization of the aviation in this country, and the fact that our commute by road also needs improvement, so that this flight may not have been taken at all if the commute was good. And on that note, let me also remind the Minister for Roads that the Nsawam-Pokwase Road, they tried something, but now we are suffering. And I worry for people who commute from Nsawam to Accra to work, or even Amasaman to work. It's quite bad. It's unacceptable.
Really?
Masa, it's not easy. I don't know if you've driven on it recently. It's not acceptable. My whole point is that we shouldn't live with it. Okay?
We'll have to go check.
Yeah. We thought my Puma had that.
The pace is not up to par. People are actually, and let me say this, in many jurisdictions, when they are constructing, still, at least, you have some comfort when you are driving on these roads. And what worries me is that there are even portions that you meet cars coming at you, which is so wrong. People's safety should be very important. And then to conclude, I am asking ECG, when they'll be moving those high-tension cables, what are they waiting for on that road? It is so clear there are some high-tension,
cables will have to be moved.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. What are we waiting for?
We are waiting for.
And I can almost say on authority that the engineers on the road are also waiting for ECG to take action. So what is ECG waiting for? Listen, there are videos of poles in roads in this country. You've seen. They construct a road and there's a ECG pole there simply because ECG has delayed in moving the electrical pole. So I'll use this platform today to, although we're talking about airline industry, but it is still really about transportation, that the Electricity Corporation of this country, company of this country, when they are constructing roads, please be first to move your accoutrements. And on the Nsawam Amasaman Road, you know you need to move some of your things. What are you waiting for? And there should be light on that road too. At night is mayhem.
That's what the light issue there.
It's mayhem. So
Accra is dark.
These are
the
my
nights
words
and dirty by
for ECG this morning, coming from the Breakfast Daily Show by Nana Tufo-Boateng.
So now you're signing out.
Reporting live. It's a worry.
I can understand.
And it's not just that road. There are many roads that Electricity Corporation needs to move their poles.
Very well.
And these high tension things, I know there's a huge budget need for it, but it should have been done so long ago.
Very well. Larry, we know how crucial transparency is to maintaining public trust. Yeah. But there are those who argue that families are still in grief, families are still mourning, and so for an MP to be making some of these, people are basically reading political undertones to it, and they are saying that it is not right to politicize such a matter at this point. But how essential is it that we at least have, if like, report of the preliminary investigations?
First of all, my contacts within the military and then the defense area tells me that that the report is ready. The full report is ready, and that it will be released in due course.
Has it been submitted to the president?
They said it's ready, and that it will be, released in due course. I mean, as to whether or not it will be submitted to the president first, or obviously to go to the president first because he's the commander-in-chief. Or we might even assume that it's already with him. And then, some of these things, because of how, tragic the thing is. And you said that there were family grieving. So you can't just put some of these things out the way it is, maybe. And so let's see what happens. However, it's key that people get to know so that there will be a closure in all this. You get it?
Yeah.
Sometimes we know that, your dad was ill for a certain time. However, you want medicine or science to ascertain whether or not whatever it is that he suffered from was what eventually killed him.
True.
Then you can, put the closure to it. Okay? Because we live in a society where, nobody dies a natural death. It's either some ancestral this thing or some witchcraft somewhere, or, so, and this thing that has happened, there's been several, conjectures, let me put it that way. There's one that says that, somebody might have tampered with the aircraft. There's another one that says that, the pilot was inexperienced. There's another one that, attributed it to bad weather and many other things. Okay? They even connected how 3 or 4 of the pilot's siblings had passed away. His wife had even given birth in the U.S. And so the man didn't have the presence of mind in whatever it is that he was doing at the time that he was flying. Several things were said. So with all this, as you said, I mean, let's know the content of the document or the investigation so that whether or not all the things that I had, enumerated were the ones that actually caused it. So, we'll put a stop to our stress. Now, there again also, it will also inform future events. If the weather is bad, the weather is bad. We can't fly.
Yeah.
So whoever is there to do whatever program there is, carry on. But announce it that, based on this bad weather, so and so and so. But, if these people have input in this particular program, Okay, so that is their input will be felt. But bad weather, they couldn't come. Again, also that if the pilot has a history of one thing, a certain situation, you don't allow him to be the one flying. I'm not sure he was the only pilot, Air Force officer who could fly. There are others, and it's shown clearly that there are others. So I mean, some of these things should inform our future operations. If the report is released, recommendations will be put in there, and then we will learn one or two things from it. Okay, the military doesn't operate just anyhow. Sometimes even success or or otherwise, they try to investigate so that they could improve upon it, another time. So I think that we need to know. Having said that, I would like to associate myself with Dixon's comment that our aviation industry needs a lot of overhaul. Recently, some officers, military officers, were coming back from Lebanon, and they couldn't land because the airport company said that they were doing renovation on the tarmac. So these guys were just kept flying and flying and flying, and eventually almost ran out of fuel and had to go to Lomé and then go and land over there. Do you know what would have happened to Ghana if that one had also come down? I mean, what is the nature of communication between the airport authorities? I hear the claim was that the airport says that this renovation or whatever had been on the drawing board for a long time. If I'd been there are exceptional cases that you had to.
They could have had them land in Kumasi.
In Kumasi, exactly.
If appropriate preparations had been made.
Yes, kept them there maybe for some few hours, give them some food to eat, or let them rest. When you are ready, you fly them back, back to Accra, or drive them. These are soldiers. They are trained to withstand some of these things. Okay? But where people have become, demigods, and they are, can't think outside the box and then improvise one way or the other. Some of these things are, we will be having disasters on our hands all the time. Now, we can't be constructing airports all over the place and say that we don't want to add value. See, Dubai. It's, Emirates Airlines and the airports that they have constructed that has put a lot of money into that system. Go to Schiphol, go to De Gaulle, go to, many others. And you see the aviation is money. Aviation is money.
Indeed.
Yes. So this is our Makola. I mean, we should be able to, develop
Which
it.
one is the Makola?
Sorry.
Which one is the Makola?
So we need more engineers than lawyers. I think that's what he's trying to say.
What kind of a report are we expecting? The full disclosure, or because we know that
we don't necessarily need a full
redacted
disclosure. I think that not everything for public consumption.
True.
Especially even the description of the victims when they were found and all of that is not necessary for public consumption. But the key point here is the things leading up to the incident. What are the mitigating things that we should have had that were not available? And I was talking about the fact that a very huge aspect of all of this is weather assessment by somebody who would have said that, listen, I'm grounding all helicopters in this country.
But there was a delay. The flight was delayed for an hour, almost 2 hours, because the weather was bad.
So there was mountain pressure. And this is where people
Because
will
the weather was bad.
Orders from
above.
And it's bogus. When, I've had instances, let me share this with you, where you attend to a patient, the father or mother or relative is in Kumasi, and they want to determine what to do for the patient. From a professional standpoint, you tell them, hey, you are clueless as to the current condition of the person. You get my point? So
Because I do not want a dog.
This order from above thing may have influence. When the person giving the order from above is clueless as to the technicality of, you know, what you call the weather and its impact on this particular aircraft. Or shall I say, even, you know, the path. So I think that certainly, if we improve on one, the equipment, be it even the aircraft, or the equipment for mitigating or signaling weather unfavorability, okay, we would get somewhere. So are very important things. I think recently, even the radar detector for measuring depth of water in Afram Plains, not to do politics, but I think Dr. Barney Champon bought a device to help them so that when the depth is too much, they don't use what do you call it? What thing carries the things over?
Yeah, which one?
What's this?
The boat that carries the vessel. They didn't have one. And you know,
they had it before.
It was damaged, expensive though. But these are the things that as a country, because if the tides are high, you go off track. And if you're not careful, you know, they'll say it's lost. I mean, we've had instances where they've said the boat was lost. Yes, and it's because of the tides and stuff like that. So I think that certainly our transportation, aviation industry, we all know needs modernization. Our roads, nothing to write about these days. And Kaswa people too are struggling. Somebody just sent me a message that Kaswa road to Wahala Day to Winneba. Yes. So that should also be looked at. We need to reprioritize. Do a few good things. That's my mantra. Not too many. A few good things, and we're good to go.
A day at a time.
Yeah.
Rome was not built in one day, as they say.
I have had issues with the construction of the Keta seaport that is now being discussed. Okay. And I feel that, hey, that is not the discussion we should be having as far as Keta is concerned.
Yeah.
We should talk about post-harvest, harvest losses. Huge
migrating the people.
Yes.
Huge. The people might even cost less.
Yes. Huge, huge vegetable cultivation that goes on there. And I mean,
farming.
Farming. Elsewhere, the Keta area would have been, like the Hawaiis we have. Most of those sandy beaches that people travel.
Rice farming.
People travel to go.
Keta has one of the cleanest beaches.
Beaches, exactly. We don't do number 2 or number 1 over there.
What are you talking about?
I just said we don't do that.
Don't tell you. Do something else.
Angelo. So I mean, all those things we can build a very good tourist, exactly.
I mean, Adan is doing well.
Yeah, sure. And Keta could do better. Okay, and Yanui, chill. Chill.
Yeah.
Good place.
Fantastic.
You get it? I mean, we should be able to do, but we're going to do seaports. When our ancestral homes are in the sea.
Already in the sea.
The sea's already washing away.
Exactly. Or we had, built how much millions of dollars airport.
The whole airport.
The whole airport.
White elephant.
Yeah.
I'm happy you are using elephant.
This one, proper white elephant.
Yeah, I got to what studies were conducted before some of these projects were.
The keyword feasibility.
At the time that construction was happening, the roads were bad.
Right.
Do you understand? The roads were bad. Had you done the roads that comes to, or that goes to Ho, that goes to Hohwe, and and beyond, I'm sure you'll be shocked the amount of food that will be getting to Accra every now and then. How people from Accra can also attend, their homes back then while away time, rest, But the money was blown on an airport. Who is going to fly from? Kotoka to Ho, and then you pick a car. You have to drive to the station. Pick a car from there and drive all the way to Keta or Aflao,
even Hohwe.
Or Hohwe. Yeah.
It's
Or
another
done
1
by-
hour or so.
1 hour, you say?
I mean,
Many hours. Many hours.
Hopefully, Kwawu Airport will change a lot of things.
Well, I mean,
when Brian comes.
We are.
That's a 2026 deadline for that, right?
Single-handedly, you know, and let me add that it has the longest runway in the world. Yeah,
Very well.
A private one?
Private. No, I mean, it's a private initiative. But it has the longest runway in the world.
Very well. Dr. Dixon Adumaku.
I thought we were going to say something about Konedu.
1 minute.
Yeah. I think that either we didn't celebrate her or she didn't allow herself to be celebrated.
I think we failed.
No, I think, well, she also had that. She also contributed.
Africans, we don't celebrate our heroes.
While they are alive.
And listen.
Whether alive or dead.
The woman passes and the tribute.
All of a sudden,
her, you know, her.
But culturally, we don't speak ill of the dead.
That is not it. I mean, that is not it. But
that's hypocritical, actually.
Yes. You know, suddenly, you know, we remember that by the fireside, she had a major input in by the fireside. Yeah. We remember that, you know, 31st December Women's Movement planted schools and daycare centers, you know, local factory, Gary processing factories in many villages.
Market centers.
Yes, market centers.
Beijing conference.
Yes, well, exactly. When she was, you know, going to contest for the presidency, you and I, we didn't remember, you know, all of that. I think that there's PNDC law 111.
Yeah, women's, you know, asset
inheritance.
Listen,
you talk to lawyers, and they tell you that that is one of the biggest thing, monumental thing that Jerry Rawlings left this country. I'm sure that being an
including handing over power to Kufuor.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say that Konedu didn't have any input into PNDC law 111.
True.
Okay, because I mean, it was, even people say that it was an attack on Ashanti culture. Okay, based on inheritance, because I mean, after death, they sack your, you know, you get
knowing her lineage.
Knowing her lineage from the royal home. Spearheading that. She, like I'm saying,
very well.
Either she did not allow herself to be celebrated, or we as a people failed to celebrate her.
Very well. Larry, thank you so much. Dr. Dixon Adumaku, thank you so much. Thank you too for the messages, but don't go away. The show continues after this.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you bank like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame? As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the pure cause she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame! Send your God the apple boom! If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Ufa, is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Freshness redefined with Franco refrigerators. Imagine a refrigerator that keeps your food fresher and longer. Enjoy advanced features like the multi-air flow technology for optimal cooling, the smart humidity control for moisture levels, the fast freeze function for rapid cooling, and the energy efficient control for reduced power consumption. We have the double-decker freezers in different types. We also have the chest freezers in different types. We have the tabletop freezers. Get yourself a refrigerator from Franco and you will never regret. For online purchasing, just visit our website at www.francotrading.com. Call the numbers on the screen for bulk purchasing and any assistance. Franco Refrigerators, freshness redefined.
This is Afro Quality. It's not just a store. It's a new way to think about African retail. For centuries, Africa's artisans have created. But too often, their reach stopped at the border. Today, it is easier to bring goods from anywhere in the world and sell them in Africa than it is to make something in one African country and sell it in another. Afro Quality exists to change that. We are a retailer dedicated to African brands. A platform where makers scale beyond their home country. A bridge connecting cultures, markets, and communities across Africa. And behind it all, technology. Efficient, modern, seamless. Afro Quality is built to carry African creativity further with the speed and clarity of today's digital world. Africa is the youngest continent in the world, but youth is not an advantage without jobs. Jobs come when makers can sell, when industries can scale, when creativity is turned into commerce. Afro Quality is how we create those jobs, with a network of retail stores in different countries for African brands, making it easier for customers to buy African, and turning every purchase into an act of progress. This is not just retail, it is system change. It is possibility turned into reality. This is Afro Quality.
Nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Marisanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritizes only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
We're grateful that you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV, and of course, we are continuing from where Nana Tufo Boateng left off. I am Philip Nihilate. We are bringing you a lot of things on the show from now to 11 a.m. when we will say bye-bye to you. You know, I don't do the show alone. I do it with
Chris Carter, and I'm excited to be here, and also so excited that Philip is actually back. Philip, I hope you don't go again. Although I love Jude, but you know, I love you too. I don't want you to live again. But then again, apart from the love I have for them, I actually have love for you, and we actually want to show that love by letting you know that you are part of this show. So feel free to join in at any time. We're doing this together. Send in your thoughts, your messages, your heartfelt wishes to your loved ones, and even questions that you want to ask when the show is going on. Send it via the WhatsApp number on your screen. We'll be talking about different topics that might interest you. So yeah, you are free to send in those thoughts, those messages via those WhatsApp number. And if you're watching us on YouTube live right now, you have the comment section on YouTube or the chat section on YouTube. Just send in those thoughts there, and we can get to ask or read those questions right here on the show. Yeah, so the show, it's going on. We'd like to start with our reminders, actually. Want to say a very big thank you to each and everyone that participated and made the Northern Fair a success. Want to say thank you to you. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. It was 2 days of exhibition showing every, you know, business and then service that the North actually has to offer. We brought so much show to the Tamale Sports Stadium.
About 120 exhibitors. That was very exciting and interesting.
You know. Yeah, and it actually proved, it was actually proving that the North has so much to offer.
A lot.
If you think there's nothing there, there is so much going on there. And we want to say thank you. Thank you to the exhibitors. Thank you to the partners. Thank you to all sponsors. And of course, thank you to everyone that made it a success from Channel One and City 97.3 FM. It was all hands on deck. Thank you, and more grace to your elbow, and congratulations to all of us. Thank you.
I like the fact that it's a maiden edition and it caught that fire. So if just the first one has caught this fire, what happens to the subsequent ones? Watch out for the second edition, third, fourth, fifth, and on and on and on we go.
As long as it has started, it's here to stay.
Of course, it's here to stay. It's here to stay. So watch out for that, and get prepared. When we come back to the North, you to buy what you have to buy there, from cosmetics, the textiles industry, you go to food and all that. Get something when we come back.
Goods,
When we come back to the North, and we are going to do the Northern Business Fair again. That will be next year. But we are not wrapping up this year without giving you something exciting. That has to do with the Agri-Fair 2025, the November edition. But I think we are calling it like the Xmas edition, because it's that period you would have to do your shopping for your Christmas. That is a Christmas shopping. So it's happening on 28th to 30th of November 2025 between the hours of 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park, where we did the previous one. And trust me, we keep saying this, please. The slots are limited. 0558 973 973 is the registration line. Please call now. Make your payment, get your slot, your bookings and all that. Come and sell, because trust me, if you are making about 100% profit, Agri-Fair will give you like 300%. And like what happened in the month of June, people actually sold the very first day, and they didn't even have others to even sell for the subsequent day. So just make sure that you call the numbers and you register so that you'll be part of this event. But it's also very, very free for patrons. So just put that at the back of your mind. No gate fee.
It's like walking into a market.
Free. Yeah, walking into a market and getting everything, one-stop shop. So you get everything there, and you package and you send it to your home for your Christmas.
Right. Okay, so remember that the Channel One News app is also live, and to all Android users, you should be happy about this. You can just go to Google Play Store and then download the Channel One News app. It actually makes it easy for you to carry the news and all the information that we have to offer in your pocket or in your bag. So either that mobile phone or that tablet can have it, as long as it's an Android device. You would stay updated with whatever we have. So go and download it at the Google Play Store right now.
Let's move straight into the trends. And Cameroon's 92-year-old president.
First of all, congratulations to all Cameroonians. Yeah, they've elected a new president. And the president is no other person than President Paul Biya, who has been there before I was born and is still there right now, and he's 92 years old, and it's the 8th election.
Yes, I'm told it's a fiercely disputed election.
You know, it's very amazing because at the end of the day, it's possible that Paul can still be there, and my son will give birth, and he's still the same president we know for Cameroon.
And Paul will still be there.
And Paul will still be there.
I don't know how he wins.
Well,
Paul Biya, who is the world's oldest head of state, won with 53.7% of vote compared to 35.2%.
All of a sudden, I have a cough because of what you just said.
Of the opposition, and that is Issa Kabari, Constitutional Council declared. Before the announcement, Kabari, a former Biya ally, insisted he had won the election, but the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM, dismissed his claims.
But you know the funny thing before this? A month before this, Paul's daughter, I forgot her name, she's a musician. Paul's daughter came out on social media and said no one should vote for her father.
Why?
Yes, she said he's been there for too long, that Cameroon does not belong to him, that someone else should also become president.
So the big question
so
is,
that's
how
his actual daughter, the one that came from him, DNA, everything. That's his daughter is saying, came out to say, no one should vote for my father. And somehow.
Interesting. Let's bring you comments on this, if really we do, and what the public is saying about this. So this one says that from the Dex, that is says that so much experience in one photo. Well, there was a photo actually, but we can't really verify whether it's authentic or not. So that was a photo the person is talking about. And this also says that Cameroon is ruled by ancestors. Well, we can't really verify that one.
Well, 92 years is his ancestor.
Are you sure?
Yes, now.
This one says the guy shouting.
A whole line of family.
This one says the guy shouting is begging protesters not to break anything. He speaks in French. There was a video on that, but this is not directly related.
Yeah, but basically because there were protesters on the road, you know, everybody was not, most people were not really happy about it. Yeah, he just left, just let the man die as president. He's only got a few years left away. He's already come this far. He just wants to finish.
So he'll be 99 by the time his 8th term expires. So
he'll be 99.
99.
Wow.
99. He's clearly not the one. People who benefit are the ones fighting to keep the status quo. Anyway.
Yeah, we know the ones benefiting.
Maybe there may be people who are behind it or are pushing it. And also says that guy wants to go down with his boys. Are you talking about Paul Biya? Who is the guy? Pirates of the Cameroon. Well, this is like a movie.
And so this is the protest that actually erupted.
Oh, okay.
And this is not the first protest that erupted since the election started. I mean, on the second day after the election, no, the first day after the election, there was some sort of protest again because people had already started saying that they know that the country is, that the sitting president and his goons are rigging this whole election. And also, it didn't happen just in Cameroon. Everywhere that there were Cameroonians, do you understand? Like, for example, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Abidjan, the Cameroonians there were not allowed to vote, but you are supposed to be allowed to vote in any country that you are via the embassy. So what happened was that in Abidjan, the Cameroonian embassy was locked from its people. Locked from the citizens of Cameroon, saying that they cannot vote. Meanwhile, it had been said that you can vote from anywhere that you are. You just have to walk into the Cameroonian embassy in that country. So what they did was that the Cameroonians in Ivory Coast actually, it was like a rampage. It was like a little war that we are going to war. Like, we have to vote. So they broke down the gates of the place, and like they were scattering things. And funny enough, there was no arrangement made for them to still vote, even though they had told Cameroonians around the world that you will be able to vote anywhere as long as you walk into an embassy.
That's such a disputed election. Anyway, so that is it with Paul Biya. What happened in the aftermath of the elections? Now he's been declared. He's the president of president-elect of Cameroon, and also from what you can see on the screen, looking at the world's oldest leaders, Paul Biya comes first, 92 years. I don't know where the 0.7 is coming, maybe 7 months.
Years in power, 50.5.
Yes.
Wow.
And also King Salman, 89.8. That's the years, 89 years. Maybe the last one we are having, Peter from Malawi, among other people. So this is what you can see. But anyway, for per what you're talking about Paul Biya, who has actually won his 8th term in Cameroon, and he's the president-elect. Another story that is making rounds. Let's come back to Ghana. Let's come back to our country.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was on social media.
It was everywhere.
Public Accounts Committee, the DVLA boss appeared there, and it was an interesting one. Let's bring you this video after we tell you what people are saying on social media.
Information. Are you going to put?
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. We have data protection law, so we'll be compliant with that law. Currently, what we have is just going to be the same form, but now in a digitalized form, not going to be the paper form anymore. So we are not going to move away from the information.
And it's not going to have the user's surname on the.
It depends
on the number plates.
It depends on what the law says. We'll go by.
You don't tell me depends on what the law says. You are doing it, so you should be able to tell us that the law says ABC. I'm asking you a specific question. Is it going to have the user's surname on the number plates?
We don't put names on number plates.
I asked a specific question. You said no. We are not going to put.
Yes. I was wondering why that question. Sorry, but we don't put names on number plates. That's why.
You were wondering why that question.
Because we don't put names on number plates.
What are you telling me? People pay to have their names on number plates. And you sit here as a DVLA boss, you tell me you don't put numbers on number plates. Haven't you seen specialized numbers with people's surnames and personalized names on number plates? For yes or no, please?
Yes.
So why are you telling me you don't put names on number plates?
So I can explain that.
Not that you can explain that. You don't expect me to ask you that question. That is what you said. You don't expect me to ask you that question because people do not put their number plates, their names on their number plates. That is a blatant lie. You have people who pay for specialized number plates and they have their surname. I'm asking you, you just mentioned that there are going to be security features. And I'm asking, is that going to include people's names on that plate? And they said, you don't expect me to ask you that question. Are you not the DVLA boss?
Honorable Chair, I think he was trying to explain that we have different types of numbers that you can acquire.
Honorable Minister, so I understand that. He said he doesn't expect me to ask him that question because we don't put names on number plates. You are the DVLA boss. This is something that even a 1, 2, 3-year-old would know that, oh, my father has his name, because we have personalized number plates, don't we?
They do.
Honorable Minister, don't we have personalized number plates?
I think he was saying that he expected the question to come at another time.
No,
not
Minister.
When he
No,
was
Minister.
explaining.
Minister, I understand you perfectly, but he said he doesn't expect me to ask him that question.
Okay, so...
So if he can withdraw that statement, that is fine. Because we have people with number plates out there, personalized number plates out there. So respectfully, we are here based on questions and inquiries that citizens of Ghana want to know. And that is why we are here.
So you've seen it. Let me break it down for you so that you understand, and then we can bring you what the general public is saying about this. So the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, that is PAC, Abna Osei Asari, and the Chief Executive Officer of DVLA, Julius Nikwe Kote, were involved in a heated exchange during Monday's, that's yesterday's, committee sitting over planned rollout of digital vehicle number plates. The confrontation stemmed from concerns raised by the Public Accounts Committee chair about privacy and data protection under the DVLA new digitalization initiative. The authority is introducing number plates embedded with radio frequency identification chips. That is a RFID, which Mr. Kote said would enhance security and curb vehicle-related crimes. Explaining the concept to the committee, Mr. Kote noted that the chip, that is a RFID enabled plate, will make it difficult for external entities to tamper with or replicate vehicle information. Then, the Public Accounts Committee chairperson, that is Mrs. Osei, questioned the potential exposure of private information, particularly regarding whether vehicle owners' surnames would be displayed on the new plate. So that was it. That was what brought the whole brouhaha between the DVLA boss and the Public Accounts Committee chair, because the Public Accounts Committee chair actually needed more clarification on how the whole process is going to go. So there's not going to be like our information will be out there. So people are saying a lot of things. But Chris, before maybe I come up to you and ask you what you think of this, let's bring you what people are saying about this. Let's share with you their thought and what the general public is saying about this. So this one coming from Jay Gunda says that she is asking wrong questions. The DVLA boss was right. The question was wrong in the first place. Oh, that is your take on that. BBC Sports Advisory says that I really like the DVLA's boss composure, and I can say for a fact I also liked his composure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because if
his
he had
patience needs to be studied
in the university,
yes,
or at workplaces, because if he had also jumped inside small, I'm sure that it will be trending more than this.
Yeah.
Where the lady got offended, he did not fully understand her question, I think, because things shouldn't have escalated this much if he understood the question, maybe. You know, understanding of the question is part of answering the question. So this one comes from Collins, who says that she didn't ask the right questions, then BBC gave a yes, but the question, blah, 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 blah. So this is a comment on that one too. Chris, you want to check this one?
Yeah, Dochi said this is so uncalled for. You ask the question, give the man the opportunity to answer. You didn't think he's on trial for embezzlement or something. You think he's on... Exactly, I also thought the same thing. You think he's on trial for embezzlement or something.
He has squandered some money.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Florex is saying, I simply would have told her not to raise her voice at me and walk out.
And actually, if you had done that to Ghanaians, would come after you.
That would have been a problem.
Yeah, Ghanaians would have come after you. So.
And Jay Sterling, Charlie, the woman vessel. What the DVLA boss said annoyed her. It was an insult, actually. Oh, Charlie, see some question she did ask over vexing. Yeah. But if you ask me, okay, let's talk about this one. Ora must work. Whether customized or not, there are names on the number plates. It was a simple question that didn't warrant his statement.
Okay.
So if you ask me, I would say it was just an issue of comprehension.
Understanding.
Yes, it was just an issue of comprehension. Simple. The communication. It's how you say things sometimes, or how you actually communicate to people sometimes. It's not how you expect them to take it in.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Communication simply is sending information from a sender to a receiver.
So I just think it was just an issue of communication
yes.
that shouldn't have escalated, and that's it.
Sending an information from a sender to a receiver and demanding a feedback. That is it with communication. So if the feedback wasn't well done, it's also a very big problem. But people are doing this on social media. You know, the Public Accounts Committee chair now, Abna Osei Asare, was before a committee last year in the year 2024. And the now Roads and Highways Minister, Governors Kwame Agbodza, posed the question. And let's hear the response of Abna Osei Asare. Why people are also talking about issues now on social media. Let's bring you that insight.
Was that loan procured under President Akufo-Addo or under President John Dramani Mahama?
Thank you very much. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this question, from you.
A few moments later.
Specific question. You said, no, we are not going to put...
I was wondering why that question, sorry, but we don't put names on number plates, that's why.
You were wondering why that question?
Because we don't...
God have mercy upon us.
So that you can explain that. You don't expect me to ask you that question. That was what you said. You don't expect me to ask you that question because...
Was that loan procured under President Akufo-Addo or under President John Dramani Mahama?
Thank you very much. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this question, from you.
A few moments later.
Specific question. You said, no, we are not going to put...
I was wondering why that question, sorry, but we don't put names on number plates, that's why.
You were wondering why that question?
Because we don't...
God have mercy upon us.
And of course, God should have mercy upon us because, see, I think that if Governors Agbodza had reacted the same way the Public Accounts Committee chairperson reacted, it wouldn't have gone down well. Maybe, this is my thinking, people have said that a man is coming after a woman. You understand? In my opinion. But all said and done, like what Chris said, maybe it was comprehension. The understanding wasn't well gotten. So I asked you a question you couldn't answer, and there was sort of back and forth. But this same Abna Osei also said the same thing. I didn't expect that question from you.
Yeah, so yes. I think at the end of the day, there's something we should actually learn from this situation. Well, apart from the issue of comprehension and communication, I think we should learn to give each other grace. That's all.
Okay. DVLA boss, I salute you. I know. This man, if he had really wanted to do his thing, he would have done his thing there. But anyway, he was very calm, like what Chris is saying, that his patience should be learnt and studied. But anyway, let's bring you the video of the day as we continue the show.
And pick up thank you, bro. Thank you, Roger. Why do you want it? Thank you, and pick up thank you, bro. Thank you, Roger. Why do you want it?
So when the car, maybe he's the car owner, but I'm asking that if he is not a car owner and there is a damage or the car gets spoiled, will he go back to the owner and say that, oh boss, the beam got broken, or maybe the shocks are not good, or the something with the car? But this is not fair. Anyway, we'll be talking extensively about road crashes today as well, and what really has to be done on the various roads. But this one that you just saw, it's just a way to put smiles on your faces. But I think that the MTTD must also work. This is overloading. And if you are overloading like this, someone should say that, is this the sale or what you are going to get at Agri-Fair? What is coming to Agri-Fair? Which we don't think so. But what you think that the right thing must be done on the road so that people will not be driving anyhow and be doing all sort of things on the roads. You've loaded a vehicle like this. What if something happens? and gets the car breaks down, and you are just going to cause traffic in the middle of the road, and so not right. So, Chris, video of the day.
Yeah, congratulations to them. Anyway, that's the video of the day, and let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be going straight into our communities and also talking to some people when it comes to the interviews that we have today. We'll be back.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame? As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the pure, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No bugger, why you luckiest? Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Grateful you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. And still, we want to remind you that we are still in the month of the breast cancer awareness. Please, this is the last week of the month. So go get screened and know if you have a lump in your breast or not. And also, Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We've been talking about it for a very long time. You have to be very careful the information you put out there on your phone, your mobile money account, your GCB account, or whatever bank account you're using, and whatever you have to put out there, social media and everything on the social media. You know, social media. So make sure that you are just careful when it comes to cybersecurity issues. Now let's move to the communities. It's just sad, and I would say it again. It's just sad that people are dying on our roads. And I ask the question, is it that the authorities are not working, or people are driving recklessly on our roads, or people are asleep on our roads? We know the MTTD is supposed to work. We know that the National Road Safety Authority is supposed to work. We know that we have deplorable roads. There are vehicles that are spoiled, that are stationed somewhere in the middle of the road. You drive at night, you can't see ahead of you. The triangles are not being used. And I'm so passionate about this because, see, if one person dies at a hospital, you say one person has died. But if somebody dies in a road accident, that is a breadwinner that is gone. People are about 15 people dying at a go. This calls for an action. See, just yesterday, there was a road accident at Akusi Junction, which claimed about 6 lives. Over the weekend, several of them, 15 lives, 11, this and that. People are just dying like that. But they're let's bring you this report from the Ashanti region and also another report to you from the Central region, both talking about road crashes that happened over the weekend. People are dying. After we speak to our correspondent, We will speak to the authorities that be, and we will see where the loopholes are and what really can be done to resolve these issues. Let's bring you the insights.
According to the Assembly member for the Atrede electoral area, Patrick Entry Kakari, the accident occurred in the early hours of Saturday when a Sprinter bus traveling from Accra to Kumasi rammed into a stationary tipper truck while negotiating a curve. The crash left 14 people in critical condition. He said it took the intervention of the Ghana National Fire Service to rescue the trapped victims, who were later rushed to a nearby hospital for treatment.
At 2 a.m., we realized a Sprinter bus with the colour of Philadelphia had collided with a tipper truck, which is carrying, some chippings. Within that, collision, we were able to have 14 people with, critical condition, and they were rushed to the hospital. As I'm speaking to you now, they are in critical condition and receiving medical, attention.
The Assembly member added that 2 other accidents had occurred along the same stretch earlier on Saturday, causing heavy traffic in the area. He noted that a total of 4 accidents had been recorded on the same section of the road within the week.
It was within the same hours we realized another accident has also occurred. That was a charcoal car, and within the Atrede Waterways there is a curve, had also, gotten a problem, and there is a hit of another car. So there was another collision within that, stretch also as well. But with that, we did not have some severe casualty, but the police also came around and they have attended to. And getting to the hours of 6 to 7, we also realized that the same spot that 16 young girls also lost their life, whereby we have a river or a stream called Kome. There is an articulator which was coming from, Kumasi to Accra. That articulator has also gone into that, river.
He appealed to authorities to take urgent action, stressing that the area has become a major accident hotspot.
The accident occurred around 8 a.m. on Sunday and involved a Sprinter minibus with registration number GW7455-18 and a Jeep 4x4 vehicle registered GR7673-W. According to eyewitnesses, the Jeep was reversing on the highway when the Sprinter, fully loaded with passengers, crashed into its rear. The impact caused the driver of the bus to lose control, forcing the vehicle onto the metal rail before somersaulting several times and finally landing in the median. Eyewitnesses describe chaotic scenes while several unconscious victims, some of whom were thrown out of the vehicle during the somersaults.
Opi kaswanu so okọ reverse wa na mboa e na ba kusu huye owu ye na o yese o dojo so ye den o te hwa na o mo si so obo break e na break no dane kan fi da fa mu e be bo e na ebusu ye e na mo dane no mo dan ko na ba cha ye o mo do su mo kan abo ma se na Sprinter fa ni pa na sa na pa na fa ni pa abo ma yes to pu ka fo so mo be fa ni pa kura nko hospital na ya asem Obeka say nya Ghana ha empty cars
into driver ni chere say private cabinet cross on inti no survive no wadumi an survive na chere say o de be hwe ha no na ema edom no ewu sa no mpacho free Medina oko kasoa mpacho nipa me no penetimi survive yo munyina.
Personnel from the Motor Traffic and Transport Department MTTD of the English Amafrom District Police Command quickly responded to the crash. They were joined by paramedics from the National Ambulance Service stationed in Kaswa, who helped convey the critically injured to nearby health facilities.
When we came to the scene, we realized that there was a little casualties. Currently, we can't specifically assure the public that it is true that there is a fatal. We are about to investigate.
One of the victims was pronounced dead on arrival at the English Amafrom Polyclinic, while another was confirmed dead at the Mother and Child Hospital in Kaswa. Emergency teams are yet to determine the full number of casualties and victims involving children. However, Rescue efforts were delayed for several hours as major health facilities reportedly declined to admit some of the critically injured. One victim, who was gasping for breath, was later transferred under police escort to the police hospital in Accra. Residents say the broadcasting toll booth Kaswa stretch has become a hotspot for road accidents, blaming the absence of adequate road safety measures for the frequent crashes.
Going for do something for this era. Now, especially to when people die for here, you have to find a chief. They come and post on libation for it because here, it be like a ghost this thing for here. So if you keep to 3 days.
Meanwhile, police from the MTTD attribute the increasing number of accidents in the area to driver indiscipline.
Actually, our drivers on this stretch, the way and manner they drive speed on this road, we have been advising them more times, educating them more times. But yet, because today being Sunday, they thought police are not on the road. Look at what a driver has done to a passenger.
Several passengers are feared dead following this early morning crash. Residents who live along this stretch have raised concerns regarding road safety mechanisms on this particular stretch. For the Channel 1 newsroom, I am Akwesi Ado.
So you watched two videos or two stories just telling us what happened over the weekend on the famous Accra-Kumasi Highway. And trust me, we've seen videos of, say, gridlock on the Accra-Kumasi highways almost every weekend. Then you saw another video to come in on the Kaswa-Winneba Road, that accident that happened there. Yesterday, Akuse Junction. Even on Sunday, there was another one too at Hong Kong, just here in Accra, I think around Kwashiman, where we understand a spoiled long vehicle, that is a truck, was stationed in the middle of the road somewhere, and it's been there for 4 years. So the question I'm asking is that the authorities are not seeing these things? Because see, I know that previously there were police officers stationed at every point, and when you are driving on a very we are going on a long distance trip, because of the police officers, you are tempted to reduce your speed, because the short driver will see a colleague and say that, oh, the police service, the police guys are there, so you should lower or reduce the speed. But I'm not saying that now. But let's speak to our correspondent, Doris Longtime, who filed the report on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. Let's understand what really happened, and if there were casualties. Are we having more people, because we understand that people were in critical condition? Are they responding to treatment and all that? Doris Longtime, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you're doing well.
Yeah, by grace, I'm well. I hope you're well.
I'm doing good. What is the update with the Atridie Road accident that happened, the Accra-Kumasi Highway? What you understand happened on that fateful day, and where the patients are or the passengers are, and also give us the death toll. We really do not know the death toll, whether it's 5 or 6 or whether it has increased.
Yes, thank you so much, Philip. So on Saturday at dawn, we understand between the hours of 12 and 2 a.m., a Sprinter bus rammed into a stationary tipper truck at Atridie, and 14 people sustained various degrees of injuries, and they were transported to nearby hospitals for treatment. Now, let me paint a picture for our viewers who understand where Atridie is. Atridie is actually in the Asante Achim South municipality of the Asante region, and it's when you're from Kumasi to going to Accra, it is before Jaso. That's where Atridie is situated, and it's around the area that the 16 children from Obogu had the accident and unfortunately lost their lives. So that area seems to kind of be a hotspot for accidents, or should I say accident-prone area. And when I spoke with the assembly member for the area, he actually said that the driver, including the passengers who were in the Sprinter bus, were all sustained various degrees of injuries, and he couldn't confirm as to whether someone lost his or her life. Initially, when it happened, it was rumored that about 5 people had lost their lives. But after when I spoke with the assembly member, he actually confirmed that no one had lost his or her life, but the injuries were that serious. Some had lost their legs and other parts of their body, and they were receiving treatment. And actually, we've not had any news regarding any deaths so far.
What, maybe we'll speak to the assembly member later, but from what he told you, what is really the problem with that section of the road? Is it that the road is in a bad state, or because it's a single carriage road, so people are not so okay with overtaking, and they're just doing all sort of things on the road that is resulting in this? What really did the assembly member tell you concerning this?
Yes, so the road is actually not in a good shape, and aside that, like overtaking and other acts, and also the street lights on the road are that bad. There are some sections of the road that you don't even have any street lights, and so darkness could also be some of the or a cause of the accident. But this particular one, what the assembly member told me, he said the Sprinter bus was actually negotiating a curve, and unfortunately the stationary truck was just at the edge of the curve, and then he ran into the track. So that was what happened.
So
but
has
the road is actually not in a good shape.
Not in a good shape.
That, also there are issues with traffic lights.
Wow. Is it the street lights? Is it a community that you see that people reside in? You see people around, or a sort of like an outskirt of town where you just see bush or say trees at both ends of the road, along the road, that people do not really reside there?
Oh, people reside there. It's a community. People reside. So it's not really. You can't really say it's an outskirts, but it's a community that we have people there. And let me also add that on that same Saturday, after the Sprinter bus and the other accident, there was also another one at Sankari, where it was also, I understand that it was a Benz, and that also ran into a stationary truck as well on that same Saturday. That was after the initial, the one that happened between 12 and 2. So the area it's that scary.
What is it with the stationary vehicles? And were they immediately moved away from along the road as soon as the incident happened, or when the crash happened?
Yes, so when the crash happened, we had the vehicles, they were towed away. Yeah. So, yes. But initially when it happened, there was some sort of traffic along the stretch, but eventually the MTTD came around and then they had the vehicles towed away.
All right, so with the stationary cars, was there any way to reach the drivers? I mean, the drivers that leave their cars on the streets? Because if you're leaving your car on the street, there should be some sort of sign, maybe a triangle to show people that this car is broken down. If that is not done, are they held accountable for that?
Yes, so for that I can't really speak to it, but then yes, I can't speak to that, but I'm sure authorities will put in the necessary measures to ensure that these persons who actually park their trucks to cause the kind of devastation will be taken on.
Okay, Doris, thank you so much for your time. We are grateful. Chris, there's a bigger problem.
Yes.
The Transport Ministry, please, Honorable Joseph Nipe Boakari, I'm calling on you, please. Roads and Highways Ministry, the Sector Minister, Governor Kwame Abuja, I'm calling on you, please. if there is a way that the agencies or authorities under your ministries could be taxed to sort of do an audit, or we should have a way to see broken down vehicles or long tracks on highways that have been left abandoned are towed, and they are taken to a place where the drivers will come and we will surcharge them and take the needed money from them. I think it will be a step in the right direction, because all two accidents that we've seen or we heard from our correspondent from the Ashanti region just pointed out the fact that broken down long tracks are causing the problem. You see, people are driving anyway, anyhow, carelessly. They are just moving about, going about their day-to-day activities and all that. But we shouldn't exacerbate the issue by having broken down vehicles on the road. You have broken down vehicle, and by the time the person wants to apply the brake and stop the vehicle, it's too late.
Yeah,
and people die.
Yeah, and especially for the fact that even these roads have no street light. So if there's a broken vehicle on the road,
can't see it ahead of you.
You can't even see it ahead of you, because some of the cars, I'm sure these cars don't even have reflectors.
And you can't even see a vehicle, a long truck driving in front of you, and you can't even tell whether the long truck is moving or not, because the person doesn't have a tail light.
True.
There's no tail light. Nothing reflects, nothing shows. And we are sitting in this country and we are just going about our day-to-day activities, drinking coffee, drinking tea, and eating and all that, and just thinking that things are okay. People are dying on our roads. Let's speak to the assembly member for the Tridia area and then ask him a few questions and what really he saw on the day of what happened when the accident happened on Saturday. This is just a very sad one. A very, very, very sad one. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
First of all, tell us the situation in your area. What really happened on Saturday concerning the accident that our correspondent or our reporter told us over the weekend?
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And a good morning once again to yourself and your audience. On Saturday, as earlier communicated to some of the media houses, I just got a call to rush to the roadside for a serious accident has occurred on our stretch, that is Tridia Waterway stretch. And unfortunately for us, we were able to identify 3 accidents happening at the same period, at the same day. The first one is the one which was with a Philadelphia car, blue in color, which had a collision with a tipper truck, which was also spoiled but parked at the other side. The Philadelphia car was moving from Accra to Kumasi. Unfortunately, the collision was very high. For that matter, we had 5 serious critical persons, critical condition for 5 persons. Then again, other 14 people also in addition, which we sent them to a Gasu government hospital. We tried to do our best, and it took the intervention of the Ghana National Fire Service to come and use some of their equipment to help us break that particular collision that went on. This happened around the hours of 2 to 3 a.m. Saturday. No, it was a bit dawn. One thing we realized was that the Philadelphia car wanted to have an overtaking, but there was a heavy fog and a deep darkness. And we believe as a result, we had that particular incident.
But also our correspondent... go ahead.
Ahead of that incident, on the same stretch, at Tridia Waterway, there is a cave over there. We also realized there was a spoiled car, and that was carrying Chaku car. And because of the overspeeding and other stuff, we believe another car also had a collision with that spoiled Chaku car, which was there. We had people also having them.
Sorry, I think, Patrick, we would have to raise you again on the line so that he would tell us what the conversation we are having with him. This is very important so that you get to know what really happened on the day. But like I'm saying, almost all the stories we are getting has to do with broken down vehicles.
Yeah.
On the Ofanko in Soham Highway, broken down vehicles, a number of them. from Ashaman to Akosombo, a number of them, broken down vehicles. You move from on the N1 highway, say from Tema through to Takrade, broken down vehicles. So what are we doing about that? But Patrick is back online. Let's wrap up with him quickly and have conversations with other people on this matter. But first, you were saying something. You were talking about another incident that was ahead of what the one that the Philadelphia vehicle engaged in. So let's hear from you, sir.
Yes, exactly. So that is the second one that I was talking about. The collision with the charcoal vehicle. A truck with a lot of charcoal. So there was another collision on the same stretch between the hours of 6 to 7. So starting from 2 a.m. we have had several accidents happening. So the 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. one, the same place that we lost 16 young people who were going to Obogu. They lost their life at that stream, Kone River, on Akedia Waterway Stretch. Burkina Faso Tipa truck also came and had another accident over there. There is a clear indication and a picture we are giving that at that stretch, we know that Kumasi to Accra, they are saying that the roads are not good. Of course, yes, they are not good. But that flat point has become a serious area which several and frequent fatal and gore accidents have been happening. For that matter, we are also reaching out and using this strong advocacy through your medium to call that immediate response and immediate measures should be taken at least at that stretch so that there will be a minimized road accident which we keep encountering.
Is there a particular thing that has to be resolved or addressed to reduce the crashes we are recording at that session? That is the Atridia area where you said that 16 or 15 lost their lives, and we are recording a series of accidents or road crashes there. Is that something that has to be resolved?
Yes, I think there should be some kind of action that may be taken so that we can resolve that, which I believe personally for my sake. We are having physical contributing factors, and others are of the view that they are also spiritual contributing factors. But I'm always concentrating on the physical contribution factors, which I believe that there should be one speed run that needs to be done on that stretch because the overspeeding is too much, and because the road is very strict, the drivers, they have been maximizing or increasing their speed. Again, I am of the view that there should be a police checkpoint at that stretch so that at least if the drivers are advised, they are encouraged not to overspeed and they are doing. Once there is a checkpoint, their speed will be slowed down by the police. And for that matter, that action will not be seen any longer. Again, there are huge potholes at the road, on the road, which if the driver wants to dodge the huge potholes, they end up by crashing with others. These are some of the few observations we have made, and we believe if action is taken on some of these things, we will not recall as frequent accidents that we are having now.
Right. I just wanted to ask, are there speed limit signs on the road?
That is one problem we are having. You can send your cameraman to come and check. There are no road signs. The road signs that are there, due to frequent accidents, the vehicles have hit those road signs, and you can see them in the bush. The ones that are, visible standing, you can see that you can't see any sign.
Right.
It has become outmoded. So the road signs are also a contributing factor that are left behind. You don't have them. So I think they need to do some of these things, especially where the stream is. Kwame Nkrumah time, you could see that when you are driving on the roadside and there is a river or a stream, they have some bridges that they have made. The metal thing which is there. Road accidents have taken all of them out, and you don't see them any longer. And I think these are factors which I think there should be immediate actions, to it.
Honorable Patrick, what happened to the broken down long tracks after the road crash?
The Philadelphia had a collision with. You see, when something happens, that one you are able to have a quick medium to take those tracks out. they took it away. They took it away with what do you call it? I mean, a towing car.
And that was immediate, I guess.
Immediate when the incident happened. When the incident happened, after the incident had happened, they brought a towing car, and the towing car moved those. I mean, truck.
And who did the movement? Who moved it?
That is the towing car, and under the instruction of the Ghana Police Service.
The Ghana Police Service.
Yes, the Ghana Police Service. That is the Ghana Police Service in collaboration with the Ghana Fire Service. They came around and they did the movement of those cars.
And were the drivers of these vehicles seen, or the towing the long truck? Was he around?
Yes, I think they were directly involved in the incident or the accident. And for that matter, they were all moved to the Ghana Gaso government hospital.
I'm talking about the long track, because you said the long track was stationed, wasn't moving. So that means it's parked.
Yeah, the station vehicles.
Yeah.
Yes,
Was the driver?
You are talking about the station vehicle.
Yeah.
That matter is in the hands of the Ghana Police, which I'm yet to get any update from there. That one is in the hands of the Ghana Police Service.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, sir. Grateful for your time. We are excited. At least you spoke to that. He's the assembly member for the Treaty electoral area, and he's Patrick. He spoke to us. The one exciting thing that I just heard from him is the fact that some measures must be put in place. I don't know about the speed ramp, because even the speed ramp, they even see it from afar. They still fly over it. But when it has to do with the police officer station there, so that people will know that there is a barrier there, so they would have to reduce the speed and get there. But another interesting thing is, as soon as the incident happened, you found a towing vehicle to move the vehicle from there, the long track from there. So why can't that be done?
Exactly.
It's failure on the part of leadership. See, the buck stops with leadership. If people see that what you are doing it right, and you would have to put out an amount of money, or you would have to pay for it, and the thing is being done right, I will pay. If you are coming up with maybe a levy that has to do with towing of vehicles, broken down vehicles on the roads and all that, and it's going to reduce road crashes, I will pay. But if you would collect the money and you will not do what is expected of you, I would not pay, and I will protest against it, and I'll call people to protest. But this is where we find ourselves in the country. Just after the incident happened, we found the wisdom to take a towing vehicle there and move the truck. So what stopped us from doing it immediately? So when it happened earlier?
Or all these things could actually be avoided. But like I always say, there's the lack of proactiveness. There's a lack of proactiveness. We only like to work when the damage is done. Yes. Then everybody remembers that, but meanwhile, I'm sure someone would have seen it. Someone could have seen that, even the police or something, like MTT, like all of them, they should have seen that some of these vehicles are broken down, and this vehicle has been there for like a day, 2 days, 3 days.
People must work. See, we have assemblies. We have assemblies that are governing places or looking at what is happening in their own jurisdictions, that is municipalities, districts, and even metropolis. Then we have the police officers. We know that there are divisions, there are districts, there are commands and all that in various places that people are supposed to also work. We have the regional ministers that are supposed to work. We have the ministers who are supposed to work. We have MPs who are supposed to work. So like when it comes to leadership, it's everywhere. Yeah. So you are trying to tell me that on the Accra-Kumasi Highway, maybe let's use that as a case study. From Accra, you go through Amasaman. Amasaman has to do with the Gan West Municipal Assembly. Then you go to Nsawama Dwadjiri. Then that is Nsawama Dwadjiri Municipal Assembly. Then you move forward and you get to maybe the what's the name? The Abnasa area. Is what? Etiwa areas, Etiwa East, Etiwa West, and all those things, the Kwabre and all those things. You go to JJT, you go to Osino, you go to in Koko area, then you move on and on and on and on. You're trying to tell me that there aren't people who are watching or working in these assemblies who ideally can man our roads and see what is happening. It's a big problem. See, people are dying. People are dying, if for nothing at all. This was a fatal accident that happened. 14 of them, they are in the hospital. What happens to them? What happens to their families? What happens to their children who ideally would have to fall on daddy or would have to fall on mommy and go to school the next day?
And then it's crazy because their life changes forever because some of them
overnight.
have to be
holding crutches.
Yeah, crutches,
be sitting on wheelchairs
and things like that. So
and all that.
I don't know.
It can't be resolved. I'm not citing the example of Singapore, but maybe I'll put it inside because see, they have about 4 lanes. We traveled from the hotel where we were, that is Hotel Boss, somewhere in the middle of the town to a place called Tuas. And it was an hour drive. And Chris, you wouldn't see any single carriage road. It's 4 lane here, 4 lane there. And all the buses were on 1 lane. And other individuals too were also, private vehicles were also driving on the 3 lanes. Why can't we do that in this country? Why can't we do something that at the end of the day will save lives? But anyway, for us here as journalists, for us here as morning show hosts, for us here on TV, on radio and the media, we will talk. But like I indicated, the transport minister, the roads and highways minister, this is directly under your purview. Maybe you can add the local government minister, please. Let's work on our roads. Stationed vehicles that are broken down should be towed, and the drivers or the vehicle owners should be searched out. But we understand that the city is 60 years, and we are celebrating with BOG. We'll cross over to the Bank of Ghana now and bring you what is happening there. There is a launch that is happening there now to commemorate the city at 60. So we are crossing over to the Accra International Conference Center now and bring you that feed. Enjoy.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of the Republic of Ghana. Fellow compatriots, let us remain standing as we observe a minute's silence in honor of our departed pioneer First Lady of our Fourth Republic, the late Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings, all our fallen heroes and all the faithfully departed. A minute's silence. May the soul of our beloved pioneer First Lady of our Fourth Republic, the late Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings, all our fallen heroes and dearly departed, rest in glory. Amen. Let us continue in the name of God, who is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, as we receive this morning's opening prayer from His Eminence, the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. Eternal Lord, we want to thank you for 60 years in the life of our city. We thank you for rooting us in sovereignty, stability, and economic resilience. It has pleased you that we gather as one united nation to celebrate the gains that we've made. As we celebrate, we pray for your presence to come and inhabit this celebration, and may we live with an understanding that all we have is our dear nation and its city. May we be renewed in our minds and in our convictions to serve this nation and be alive in our duties to make sure that it survives and we bequeath a strong and resilient nation to generations yet unborn. We ask all these through your Son, who is our Savior, Jesus Christ, with thanksgiving. Amen. Please be seated. And now, a spot of music from the Winneba Youth Choir.
Amen.